Hey, pre-notification gang. And I'll watch the Matrix 4 trailer in just a second. I actually haven't seen it yet. I saw the stuff before the trailer. Last of Us Factions is about to be announced. Don't know what that is. Is that like a standalone spin-off kind of thing? A new Granny 3 speed run is out? Ooh. Let me pull up the Matrix 4 trailer though first before I forget. Praying for Sly Cooper 5. Well, I don't know about that. Isn't it 1 hour later? Yeah, it's at 4. Maybe we give Subquake. And the Prime logic. Hogwarts Legacy seems like an interesting idea for a game. I don't know if we'll see anything from that today, though. I'm expecting God of War. I think it's going to be their big heavy hitter. Oh, Resident Evil 4 Remake 2, probably, yeah. I'm excited for God of War, though. Are people still convinced? I'm going to go on Twitter. I'm curious. Do people still think Blue Box is going to show something? There's no way people are actually convinced Blue Box is going to show anything. I don't see anyone talking about it. Oh, Jesus. What do I actually want today? For Blue Box to announce the title of their game and for it to be Silent Hill. Oof. Is there some Grease Monkey and Cum Slayer? I don't think I've seen that, Spencer, no. I'm glad you liked it, BRD. Thanks for tier 1. Parapatetic? Holy fuck. Sorry, I fucked your name up. Next to tier 1 Bong Lord in the Prime, Ikarok, Lafort, and resub Ryan, Nacho, and Dummy Dog. And Ivy Doll. The Alan Wake remaster wasn't leaked. They posted on their own Twitter account. It's not exactly a leak. Thanks to the resub Chomper and Dab. Thanks to the Prime Greed. The only thing I'm expecting is big God of War news, which is going to be great. Thanks to the Prime Moski. Thanks to the resub Mad Lad Ronin. Yeah, it's at 4. And I'll watch the Matrix 4 trailer here in just a minute. Oh, right, Life is Strange came out. Jackson sent me a thing. Apparently there's a Twitch extension where chat can make the decisions for your playthrough. But I feel like it'd just make more sense to do a poll as opposed to installing the extension. Thanks to Tier 1 Sharecan and the gift sub Isaac. And the resub Kieran. And the resub Lifted Cub. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Lung. Appreciate it. And thanks to the resub, Cairo. Do you think they'll have anything for Final Fantasy VII Remake today? I don't think so. The only thing I'm looking for in particular is God of War Ragnarok. That's literally it. It would be a great surprise to see anything like Alan Wake related. I mean, I guess maybe Sly Cooper since we're in the realm of fantasy, I suppose. Thanks to the Prime Mr. Speaks and resub Aussie. And the resub Don't Know. Yeah, I've played all the Sly Cooper. Well, not all of them. I played most of the Sly Cooper games. Thanks to the Prime Mint and the gift sub Shepherd of Fire. Sly Cooper 1 was the first game I ever completed. You done? No. Oh, okay. Thanks to the gift sub Shepherd of Fire. And the resub Saiyan Killer. And the gift sub Abner Cakes. Hogwarts Legacy would be cool, sure. Do something, bitch. Yeah, let me just go ahead and tell him to speed up the events, that way this guy can have his jingling keys. Thanks to Tier 1 Bloodbud and Tier 1 Vestaker and Tier 1 Cup Space. Thanks to the gift sub Chica and Quarian, and the resub Just Up the Road. What's Forspoken? What's that? First I've heard of that game. Yeah, I've never seen this before, I don't think. What's that Chaos game? Is that The Outsider or something? We have to fuck Chaos, that guy? That's The Outsider, right? Maybe we'll see some more of that. Thanks to the resub, Benny. Oh, Stranger of Paradise. Thanks to the resub, Ezio. Blue Box isn't showing shit. They're not a real development studio. It's a scam. If Blue Box shows anything today, I would go fucking wild. Thanks to the Tier 1 Klepton. And the gift sub Donatello. Thanks to the Prime, Caitlin and Ozora Tengoku. I still haven't finished it, but from what I've started for Berserk, it's pretty good. Thanks to the Prime. Let me look on Blue Box Twitter. Okay, let's see. Is it another one of those things like Kojima signed off? Blue Box is live. Let's see. What's their Twitter? Is it down? It's not popping up. Aren't they just Blue Box Studios on Twitter? Oh, BB Game Studio. There is nothing on their Twitter. Most recent thing is from September 1st. We published an FAQ section on our websites. Cool. Thank you for the 5 gift subs, Hippie Monkey. Appreciate the generosity, and thanks to the resub Lewis. Worst Camden, Zango, Schlup Life, and Prime Kumquat. Oh, sweet. Well, then welcome, Kay, and thank you for that. And thanks to Tier 1 Sadum. God of War Ragnarok's the big one. If Blue Box shows up, it has to be Metal Gear Solid or Silent Hill. It's neither. They've made it very clear. They're developing nothing. They're literally not doing anything. We might see another walking animation. He's the Prime Troyer and Shamish. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the Matrix trailer in a sec. Thanks to Resub Nevit. If Blue Box releases anything, it'll hit right in the gamer spot. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be good. They've never made a game. They've made one game, and it was a single level where you take pictures of a ghost. So even if somehow Blue Box is working on like a video game, it's going to be fucking terrible. It's going to be like the worst goddamn game ever made. This is the Prime Shaftol and Khalib. Not sure, Willie, but that does sound like a cool game. And the resub is Dyslexic. And the resub Okuvi. I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love to see Blue Box come out here and really wow us with a trailer. But so far, all they've shown is a single walk cycle. It was 4 seconds. Why would they announce Bloodborne for the PC at the PlayStation event? Hey, thanks for buying PlayStation games. This is going to PC. Thanks to the bits, Horcharts. It's gonna be fun, or Horchata. It's gonna be fun. Blue Box has done it again. Thanks to the bits, Dill Pickle. And I believe that, Cairo. Thanks to the Tier 1 Lorfina and Tier 1 Therese Fall and Tier 1 Cinnabees. And the resub at Gruntington. Starts in roughly 35 minutes. But I want to watch The Matrix 4 first, and then there's one other thing that I wanted to do before then. Is Blue Box even confirmed to be going there? No. There's the Prime, just. Ooh, Bug Snacks 2 would be big. Thanks to the Prime, Freehool. And the resub K-Bomb. Isn't Blue Box the dog food brand? That's a good question, I don't know. Thanks to the resub. Snickers and the 5K Bits Top Hat Chicken. Hey Top Hat, hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good day. Thank you for the generosity. And thank you for the 20 gift subs chained links. God damn, thank you for the big drop links. Hope you've had a wonderful afternoon. Yeah, I don't know what Last of Us Factions is. Let me look it up. Okay. Also, let me watch this now. Thanks for the gift sub, Shegogs, and the bits again, Dill Pickle, and Prime Jolly Raj. I like the thumbnail of this. It looks like Keanu's been deep faked.
Thomas? You seem particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had
Was that Neil Patrick Harris?
aren't just dreams.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
I need to re-watch the Matrix trilogy. Third movie was a bunch of stinky ass, but I still need to watch it.
Hi.
Have we met?
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small.
Yeah, the first two are very cool.
Mother gives you, don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice.
Thanks to Tier 1 Mr. PC, and the resub slime. Bits toasty.
Time to fly.
Did they replace Morpheus?
If you want the truth, Neo, you're going to have to follow me.
Why? Why'd they replace him? Did the original actor not want to be
You're
here?
Still here. I know it's why you're still fighting, and why you will never give up. You don't know me, no?
Is that what all these dislikes are for? Because for Matrix 4, it's got quite a bit of dislikes. Are people just upset about Morpheus? It's a younger version.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Thank you, resub Spud and Singa. I'm not sure, Willie. I don't remember the movie very well. I mean, that looks like a normal trailer. Wasn't bad. Wasn't spectacular. I still don't understand how canonically this sequel makes sense. I genuinely don't remember the third one very well. I just remember at the end he dies. Like he dies fighting Smith. But he's not like actually dead. I mean, that's just like a very average normal trailer. I didn't have any like major complaints other than wondering where original Morpheus is. Nor am I really blown away by it, but I fucking love Keanu Reeves. And I like The Matrix. Thanks to the resub, Tazgod, Ivan, and the Prime, Limewire, and Poison Mushy. Let's see what Last of Us Factions is. So this looks like it's already out.
The Last of Us strategist, you whack, bro.
It's just a multiplayer mode? Oh. Okay. Man, this does not look like fun at all. Holy shit. I don't think I ever played The Last of Us multiplayer, now that I'm watching this. Thanks to the resub, Molester Stallone. Okay, well I don't know what everyone keeps talking about with The Last of Us factions then. Thanks, resub Casper. People are mad about The Matrix for continuing an already completed series for money. Okay. I mean, I guess every single series is for money. Literally all of them. Plus, if I remember correctly, they had planned Matrix 4 like way back in the day. Let me see. What was the third one called? Matrix Insurrection? No, what the fuck was it? Revolutions, that's what it was. He's a tier 1 Reike and the Prime Starving Coyote. Yeah, I saw the Alan Wake remaster get announced. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, oh well. Honestly, what they should have done is just redo Revolutions. Just pick up from number 2 and pretend the third one never happened. Instead of continue it. I think that would have been a much better idea. Thanks to resub Tinchi, Random Guy, and Page. And the Prime Jimmy. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to rewatch it, Naruto. That doesn't ring any bells. But it does make sense. Thanks to the Prime Man Butt. The Path of Neo video game tried to rewrite the ending for Revolution. God, that game was so fucking good too. Thanks to tier 1 Chanela. Revolutions had that sick final fight and the mech fights. Don't remember the mech fights, but the final fight was the only redeeming quality, I thought, because I at least remember that. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Jaden. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Dark, Wet, and Moist. Thanks again, man. And the resub, Sky Shark. Hello, hope you're doing well. Thanks to the Prime, The No. Any progress on One Piece? I actually finished another episode last night. Well, on episode 33. Thanks to the Prime Ambitions. The big problem was they came out only 6 months apart from each other. What, Matrix 2 and 3? Is that true? They only came out 2 months apart, or 6 months apart from each other? Matrix Reloaded, May 15th, 2003. Matrix Revolutions. November 5th, 2003. Holy fuck! They actually came out in the same year. I don't think I've ever seen that before. May 15th for Matrix 2, November 5th for Matrix 3 of the same year. That's crazy. I think that's a really interesting idea, But they clearly fucked themselves with how awful Revolutions was. Thanks to the Prime, Jumbly and Fingered Your Mom, and the Tier 1 Tiha, and the resub Jolly Ol' Fun and Koya. Why was it awful? I just remember hating it. I couldn't tell you half the things that happened in it aside from the final fight. I just remember being really disappointed because I was a huge Matrix fan. I played every single Matrix game. I watched the 1 and 2 like 100 times, and I remember when I watched the third one, I was really let down. Thanks to Tier 1 Fritz, and the resub Palumbo, and gift sub Brian. And the Tier 1 Chica. Yeah, that was a year though. That's a little different. They did one a year. I did know that one, Scoots. What'd you think about the Nickelodeon All-Stars gameplay? I like the idea. Like, I really think it's a cool idea and it looks really deep. But I'm super disappointed with how low budget it looks. Like, there's only one sound effect. There's only a couple animations. There's no voice acting. I don't know, it just looks really low budget. But they have like wave dashing and shit, like there's a lot of tech in here. But it just feels like a fan project. There's a Tier 1 Zoinky, and the resub Young Idiot and Max Headroom. It is a super small team developing the game. Yeah, but they got the licensing from Nickelodeon, right? That's pretty big. But like, it's super eerie. Like, there's literally no voices, and there's only one sound effect, too, I guess, for impact. And I guess I just would have liked to see it like a little more polished. But I'm hoping it'll be good. I think the gameplay looks fun. Thanks to resub Yaden. I think there's a lot more potential there than they were able to capture. Well, it's not even no voice acting. There's literally no sound effects. There's just two. Thanks to resub Weird. Hey Coder, I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well. It's an alpha build. I don't know why people always use that as some kind of excuse, man. You know this game comes out this year, right? Doesn't it come out in November? Let me see. It comes out October 5th, even closer. It comes out in less than a month. It's definitely not a fucking alpha. It's not like within the next 3 weeks they're somehow going to add more sound effects and voice acting or anything. Absolute delusion. Thanks to the resub DSPZ and the Prime Ping and Rumiles and Dog with Glasses. The best licensed game I've ever played. I don't know, I'd have to think about it. That's confirmed they put the money into gameplay, which sacrificed voice and sounds. That's fine. Like, I think the gameplay could be fun. But I think maybe should have held off on it, get some more funding or something, and add more sound effects at the very least. Animations, perhaps. It just looks really, really low quality. And I love the idea. I'm sure it'll still be fun at least. Thanks to some Big X, Razor Shock, and Tier 1 Louis. Oh, Luigi's Goat. American Horror Story is my favorite shitty television show. American Horror Story is the most unintentionally entertaining show there is. It is so fucking bad, I love it. American Horror Story this season, where they were doing stories, was some of the worst they've done so far, which was great. And now they're into like their true American Horror Story season, and it's one of their more competent ones. So I'm a little disappointed. They must have hired writers that have written something before this time around. So the season isn't as bad as other seasons. Thanks to Prime Pickle McNasty. And the resub Snorlax. Nice shit take on what? You American Horror Story fan? If such a thing even exists anymore? No one likes that show. No one watches it anymore. I never hear anyone talk about it unless they're making fun of it. But 1984, they literally forgot to write an ending, which was great. It was so fucking goofy. And then, what was it before then? Apocalypse? That was a disaster. I love it. I think it is the best bad show on TV. Season 1 was good, though. I remember Season 1. Needs to resub Spectre Angel. Needs to resub Brady Robinson. And Prime Hamburglar. I don't remember Season 2 of the show. I just remember Season 1 was very good. You think Blue Box will come out at the PlayStation show? No. I don't think they're a real thing. The Murder House Story episodes were so bad. Everything from American Horror Stories, the little small thing they were doing before the season, was atrocious. It was so fucking goofy. I loved it. What was the guy who tried to convince his wife that she was crazy and like the demon of fertility was haunting them or something? Oh, it was wonderful. Fucking chef's kisses all around. And then the film that turns you into a zombie. Thanks to the Prime Young and gift sub Moisty Boy. And of course, Rip. And the resub Amaron. These sound like Goosebumps episodes. Oh, they're much worse. But in an entertaining way. Thanks to the Prime Kill A and the resub Blorgus. Thanks to the Prime Warp. It's Caleb. I'm guessing something happened in Valorant. He's doing an early stream and I guess it's not going super well. Thanks to the Prime Lizard Wizard and Dirty. Thanks to the Prime Easy Dung. It's Swole Joel's on Twitch. Are you excited for Kojima's next masterpiece? Oh, I'm sure it'll be good. Let's see, give some dirty. I'm optimistic for the showcase. I think there's going to be some cool, a couple cool announcements. I am certain they're going to do some God of War Ragnarok footage. They'd be silly not to. Thanks to the resub 5 and the tier 1 salty tomato. And the resub Kiva. I don't understand why people don't like Venom. It wasn't a very good movie, man. Feels like half the movie was missing. The symbiote goes from I hate humans, I'd fuck them in the mouth and shit in their throat. And then in the next scene he's like, I love Earth and I love humans now. We need to protect this planet. Like, it's missing half the movie. There's no build-up. He just goes from hating all humans to wanting to protect us. Out of nowhere. Thanks to Prime Chrono. Carnage, I'm thinking will be good, though. Yeah, we'll probably do bad games tonight, I think. We'll do the PlayStation Showcase, and then there's a couple tier list Jackson and I wanted to bang out. Ones that we've been debating on, so we're going to settle it. And then later tonight I'll come back and we'll do some bad games. Carnage is going to be PG-13? Well, of course it is. Pronounced Aes. Would have been cool. Could have been R-rated. I remember the rumor that Venom was going to be R-rated, and then I watched the movie, and I really got that impression, because it genuinely felt like half of it was missing. So I think that probably was the plan, and then they just got cold feet. Is it sub Kiza? No, it will not be Ender Lilies. Gonna go through the new releases. Have you seen Plants vs. Zombies 3? No. How much longer till it starts? 20 minutes now. Who do you think is the best Spider-Man actor? I think Tom Holland's the best actor, but I really like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. I think Tobey Maguire was like the optimal Peter Parker. Thanks to resub Diablo Immortal. You gonna play the new Life is Strange? Yeah, fuck yeah, I am. Andrew's way better. Andrew Garfield. They hired like the actual fucking high school jock to play Peter Parker. That was a pretty wild decision. Thanks to the resub, Ash and Bo. Yeah, that's gonna be the new one, Bo. It looks like they're gonna cross over. You think he looks like a jock? Are you fucking serious? Andrew Garfield? He's like an actual heartthrob. Peter Parker's supposed to be like this fucking goofy nerd. Andrew Garfield is the guy your girlfriend thinks about when she's having sex with you. Like, he was way too cool to be Peter Parker. Thanks to the resub Necromancy and the Prime stuff, man. Yeah, Tom Holland is pretty. He's pretty disgustingly attractive. Yeah, but at least he like looks like nerdy. I'm looking forward to God of War Ragnarok. I think that's going to be their main thing, and that's what I'm expecting and hoping for. Thanks to the resub. Necrox. Toby bullies people. I heard Toby Maguire was pretty miserable to work with, which is unfortunate. Hated Days Gone. I didn't like it at all. Thanks to the gift sub, breathe. Yeah, I'll play the Battlefield beta, sure. Thanks to the resub. Vados. There's a longer version of the original Suicide Squad from 2016. They need to burn it. I couldn't imagine more misery in that fucking 2016 Suicide Squad. Jesus Christ, that's some of the worst news I've heard, I think. Thanks to the Prime One Freak. And the Prime Designer. And the Prime Stims. Do you think Deathloop will flop? No, of course not. Why the fuck would Deathloop flop? That's Arcane Studios, right? Everything they make is pretty successful. I'll be playing Deathloop. I think most people will be. Thanks to the resub. Ped. And the Prime Felix. And the resub Jim. The Bit Senpai. Do you think that Rockstar would announce GTA 6? What are these expectations? No, absolutely not. There's no universe where Rockstar announces GTA 6 here or shows anything from it. No fucking chance. Needs the resub Crimshade. What about Elder Scrolls 6? No, yeah, they'll probably announce that today. Thanks to Tier 1, Mr. Steal Your Tacos. And thanks to the bits. Moist. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. It's gonna start here in roughly 10 minutes. It's gonna be 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm back. Thanks to tier 1 Venatus, the resub, Zydic, and Jair. Yeah, it starts in 10 minutes. Thanks to resub Abnerm. Thanks to Prime Infusing. I am looking forward to the new Matrix movie. What channel is the stream going on? Is it the IGN one here? Is the Prime frustrated? Oh, it's the official PlayStation channel. Okay. Thanks to Prime Insanity and Thryden. The resub Zorgith. Hey, glad you liked them, Architect. Twitch broadcast is live now if you prefer that one, is it? I just checked Twitch. Thank you for the 10 gift subs, Scar. Good to see you again. Hope you had a good night. Thank you for the generosity. You're right. Thanks, BPB. Do you think they announced a new VR product? Fuck, I don't know, man. Taco Bell's new chicken Taco Bell has a chicken sandwich? I'll have to try it. What is this event all about? I don't know, man. Thanks to Prime Mugetsu and Tom. Give us some lore on what? Bro, I don't know fuck all about what's going on with PlayStation right now, man. I don't know. Thanks to the resub Nostalgia. Quick text message again. Okay. Would you play Bloodborne again if it got remastered? Well, yeah, it's my favorite Soulsborne game. Thanks to the resub, John. I don't know why people keep saying Bloodborne. I don't think they're doing anything with Bloodborne, but let it ride. Hey.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You excited?
I am excited. What are your expectations today?
I think God of War is obviously a given.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if they've confirmed that, but I don't see how they're not going to show that. So what it comes down to for me is if they show it immediately and leave something bigger for the end, or if like the God of War is going to be the end thing, you know?
What are you most excited for?
I don't know. I think God of War. I think I'm still most excited for God of War.
Hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, probably that. That's the main thing I'm expecting. Did you see the Jurassic Park stuff from the last one? Were you excited?
Jurassic Park stuff?
Yeah, the new Jurassic Tycoon game that you like so much.
I wait, no, we agreed in our voice data that we both were disappointed by that. I didn't love it either, the first one.
You still put like 70 hours into it.
Yeah, but that's less about the game and more to do with my aspirations, I guess.
Yeah, you
Of them
fucking
being-
dinosaur fanatic. I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well, Frosty.
I'm looking forward to putting another 70 hours into that one.
Yeah, that should be fun for you, I think.
Yeah. It looks like the same game.
Thanks, resub. Slim Pickens.
I think there's a Harry Potter game that people are excited about for this one as well, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll be
Hogwarts
shown.
Legacy.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get wacky today and they'll show off the next Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Maybe even Elder Scrolls 6 if we're lucky, I think.
Yeah. We'll see.
Thanks to resub to Gross. I don't think they'll do Elden. They already showed Elden Ring earlier, so I don't think they're
It'd
gonna
be
do
such a
that
power
again.
move if they just announced the next PlayStation.
Oh, that'd be
Like the-
huge. Yeah,
there were too many supply issues with the PS5, so we're going immediately to PS6.
that'd be
Fuck you
fucking
guys.
huge. Thanks to resub. Final Destination,
Is
Small
Matt
Fire,
joining us
and
for this, or-
Plums. I'm not sure. Next to Tier 1 host.
I'll send him a message.
Resub
Are you watching the
Scumnut.
Twitch feed or the YouTube feed?
The Twitch one.
Alright, I'll swap over to that.
Thanks, Totes, and welcome. Thanks to the Prime Bleed. And Finley. Resub Barnacle Boy and the Prime Toykumi.
We usually make some wild bets with these kinds of things, and we don't have a betting game for this one yet.
I don't know what we bet on.
Neither. I feel like it's pretty straightforward with,
Yeah.
with this year's PlayStation Showcase.
Yeah, there's
I
not.
think it's gonna be that robot game, the robot dinosaur game,
Horizon.
Horizon,
Yeah.
and God of War, and maybe their car game, GT7 or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah, Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the Prime
That's all
Senpai
I can
and the
see
resub
happening.
chives.
And like I said, I think I'll know immediately if they show God of War immediately, then there might be something bigger at the end. But if there's no God of War immediately, I think that's the biggest thing to happen today.
For sure. Do you think they'll do something with the PS Vita, perhaps? A new Vita?
PS Vita?
Yeah, like a PS Vita 2, a sequel or something cool?
Are you insane? Those are illegal words over at PlayStation headquarters.
Yeah.
You know how much that shit lost them?
Oh my god, yeah, that was probably the worst fucking console ever made.
It had some good games on it, but yeah, it was the wrong time.
Yeah. Thanks to Tier 1 Zyplix, and the resub John
It's
Parr.
funny because then Nintendo brought out the Switch and became like, you know how that went.
Yeah. Thanks to Tier 1 Maddie Stogue, and the resub
I would be
Rivas.
shocked if they showed any new hardware today. Maybe like different colors for PlayStation controllers, but that's it.
That'd be pretty intense.
I'm waiting for it. Oh, I've got the pre-order page ready.
I played Gran Turismo when I was younger, but I haven't in a very long time. Thanks to the Tier 1 Kiabi. And the resub Pear-Shaped.
Oh yeah, the conspiracy, the conspiracy for the Silent Hill games.
Blue
New
Box.
Yeah, that maybe this will finally be the resolution to that.
I hope Blue Box is here today and they show the same fucking thing they've been showing for the last month where it's a single walk animation. Exit Prime.
There were rumors that like
Ultimomo.
Sony was backing their project because they gave them like exclusive, I don't know, trailer app rights or something that other developers weren't allowed to do. Like they were allowed to make like a trailer app directly on the PlayStation Network or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what was leading a lot of like credence to the theory that this was a Silent Hill game, the Blue Box game.
It still might be, we don't know. Hey Artesian, thanks for the resub. Yeah, it's coming up pretty close. Thanks to Prime Blockle. He's doing well too.
Is there anything that would make you super excited to see?
Nothing in particular that I can think of. Maybe Sly Cooper would be cool, I guess. I see a lot of people saying that, but I think really just Sly Cooper. Thanks to Resub Journeyman.
What's Naughty Dog doing actually?
Probably doing some Last of Us 2 multiplayer thing, maybe.
I wonder if we'll see a new Uncharted, maybe.
I would.
Since the last one.
I would also go kind of wild if they did Bug Snacks 2. Thanks to Resub Caramel and Tier 1 Marshall and Prime Shapey.
Fuck! We're gonna see like 30 minutes of Deathloop, probably.
No, that comes out today. I don't think they're gonna show a lot of that.
Every other event of the year has been like Deathloop, Deathloop, Deathloop. I'm so sick of Deathloop at this point. I don't even want to play it anymore.
Oh, don't say that. They worked hard on it.
Alright, never mind. Sorry, Deathloop. Yes, someone in chat saying Infamous. I really want another Infamous game, especially after Ghost of Tsushima.
Thanks to
I
Prime
want to see what
Brigand
Sucker
and
Punch does
Wizard.
next.
Oh, is Deathloop not today?
It's this week. I don't know if it's today.
Oh, people are saying it's Tuesday. I thought it was today. It's the 14th.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Tuesday.
Thanks to 5 gift subs, Jess Goff. Jess Goff.
Are you
And they
interested
give
in
sub
that game at all?
Milk. I am. I like Arcane Studios a lot. Thanks to resub Boomba, the Prime Ninja, and sub. And Tier 1 Hiniac.
Well, I hope it's good for you.
I think I'll like it. They haven't let me down yet. Even that stinky game they made a while ago, I think it was a Messiah of Might and Magic or some shit like that.
That game was great.
Yeah, I like that one too. It wasn't a popular game though.
Really? It was
No,
good.
that was a flop. I mean, I think it was a flop. Maybe I'm wrong.
It was published by Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, but it was Arcane Studios, I think, right?
I didn't know that. That makes sense. It does have kind of the same gameplay loop as
Yeah.
Prey and not Prey. What's it called?
Dishonored.
The game they made after that.
Dishonored.
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
Thanks to Prime Ace, Jace, Saucy, and the resub Milk and Binty.
Is this God of War?
This is Infamous. Oh my god!
Or is it Spider-Man? Nope. Or maybe this is just a PlayStation ad? Wait, yeah, I saw a painting of God of War in the background then.
Good eye. I didn't see that at all.
Yep, there's Uncharted. It's just an ad.
Yeah.
They always go so over the top with these ads.
I know.
It's kind of cute.
I like it. It's passionate.
Yeah, it says nothing about their products, but I like it. This is a song from the Wonder Woman trailer, isn't it?
I couldn't fucking tell you.
It is. Wonder Woman 1984, right?
This dude sucks at chess.
He's playing himself.
Yeah, he's
Can't win.
fucking dog shit.
He's about to be assassinated because of it. they sent the chess goon squad. His elo's too low.
Going for a scholar's mate is illegal here.
What's with the chess theming for this though?
I don't know.
PlayStation's about to announce Chess 2.
Maybe, like, you're the chess master of your own universe when you buy Sony products.
They're announcing they just checkmated Xbox.
Oh! Thanks to the resub,
That was
Dafty.
kind of cool.
Prime Willy. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
That's the end of the conference.
Yeah, they just wanted to show that off.
Thanks to Tier 1 Chef Box.
Give it to me, Sony.
I'm Jim Ryan,
Jim!
President and CEO
Let's
of
go!
Sony
Look
Interactive
at him.
Entertainment.
He's so handsome.
Welcome to the PlayStation Showcase. At PlayStation, we believe in pushing boundaries and setting the benchmark for creativity and excellence in entertainment. We always love the opportunity to speak directly with our community. The new technology in PS5 enables
I did see a new color
developers
controller there.
to build more exciting,
The red one? Was
immersive,
that
Yeah,
new?
and
I've never
compelling
seen it
worlds,
before.
showcasing
Hold up.
their creative vision as storytellers. We've never been more grateful for the PlayStation community.
You know what
So
Sony's
thank
really
you
good at?
for allowing us time to
Not
share some
providing
significant
enough
updates
consoles.
and brand new content.
Yeah,
So
that
without
good
further
one.
ado,
But also,
let's look at some new
also
and
just not
amazing
letting any
games.
leaks get out as well. It's always a surprise what they're doing.
True.
Meanwhile, Xbox is out on the street corner telling everyone. Oh, God, Star Wars?
No. They're announcing they're closing Lucasfilms.
Yeah, no, that's Star Wars.
Specific
He's,
leave.
that's definitely Star Wars.
They promised
New
power.
Jedi game.
Now they wield it. We face the greatest Sith in generations.
Darth Jar Jar.
They must be stopped.
Who is that, Jackson?
Darth Revan! Knights of the Old Republic!
Yeah!
That's oh my god.
Well, it's like they catered specifically to you, Jackson.
What did I do to deserve this, Sony? Thank you!
Yeah,
I've been asking for that for 2 decades!
I don't really remember KOTOR super well, so I'm not like extremely hyped, but I know it's a good game. I'll play it.
It's an incredible game.
Thanks for your sub, Cloudy. I'm sorry to hear that.
I
Tiny.
was
hope you
not
find a better
expecting
job.
that. That's immediately shocking. Nice ass.
Yeah, cyber ass.
Gratuitous.
Oh, did I see Camel Toe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, holy
That
shit.
it. It looks like we both got what we wanted from this press conference, Charlie.
I'm pretty satisfied so far, to be honest.
This does look like Bayonetta. Same kind of character.
Oh.
They've taken our space stations from us.
하늘에 계신 어머니시여, 저희는 지구를 지키지 못했습니다. 적들을
Wow.
물리치고 인류를 구원하려는 신성한 의무를 다하지 못하였습니다. 하지만 이제
Thanks to Prime Sweaty.
남은 목숨 끝까지 바쳐 싸울 것은 맹세하오. 부디
Is this a
내
new
죄를
announcement?
사하여 주시고
Yeah, I think so.
저희를 거두어주시고 저희를 유혹에 빠지지 않게 하소서. 지하 시설, 방공호 같은 건가?
여긴 지하철역이야. 사람들을 태우고 거미줄처럼 도시를 누비던 교통수단이지. 뭐 다 지난 얘기지만 말이야.
Seems like your style of combat that you like.
Kinda.
잠깐이.
It reminds me a bit of Nier Automata, it seems.
지구가 시체에 기생하고 있다니.
With a little companion following you around too.
Yeah.
Red Barrel.
지성의 도시들은 모두 예비처럼 폐허가 됐어. 잘난 신분들은 우주로 달아나고 나가는 놈들은 이곳에 버려졌지.
You think it's by Platinum?
마더스
It looks like a Platinum Games game.
아직 기다리고 있는 거야.
이브 조심해. 전방에서 뭔가가.
Someone in chat said Parasite Eve, and that name sounds familiar to me.
It's a porn game, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Wasn't that a porn game? Maybe I'm thinking something else.
Parasite Eve?
Yeah. It's not a porn game, never mind.
Exit Tier 1 Blue Cam.
Oh wow,
Music,
yeah,
New
Parasite
Tracker,
Eve
and
by
Mad Dog.
Square from 1998.
I don't think I ever played that, but I've heard of it before.
It looks like the main character, yeah. This is gonna be that.
I mean, this looks cool. I like this. This is the kind of game I like.
Yeah. The action scenes look pretty fucking good, actually.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's funded by Sony. Sony exclusive.
Well, I never played the first one, but that looks fun.
I don't think you'll have to go back and play a game from 20 years ago to get it, so
Yeah,
you should be fine. Just play the porn game.
That should be enough to get caught up, I think. Exit resub Flame King.
Fucking
and
Borderlands,
resub Will,
no!
The Prime Paris.
Darkness washes over the land. Dun dun dun. The Dragon Lord.
Did you like Borderlands 3?
Nope. I mean, it was fine. The gameplay's always fine.
It had such a grating like narrative, I guess.
Yeah.
Not narrative. The dialogue is just so bad.
They have baby metal in the background.
Maybe. Yep, seems like Borderlands.
Yep. I just fucking hate the writing. Everything else is fine, but god, I just can't fucking stand any of the characters.
You know, some of you may be asking, Tina, why are there guns in a fantasy world?
Oh my god, it's an
And
entire
I'm
thing
just so
based
glad
around
you asked,
Tina,
because shut up your
the
face
worst
and
character
shut
from
up.
Borderlands. Yep.
He's a resub Flea.
So, it seems like this
Makes me
entire
fun
thing
words.
is based around
Hope you're
D&D.
well.
How about that?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I'm in. You ready, newbie?
Time for character
You think this is a standalone or DLC?
Standalone.
Yeah.
Alright, trailer over. No
That looks fun.
here. This ain't no super duper hero movie.
Yeah.
I like the gameplay of Borderlands. I just really hate the characters is all.
I'm not gonna get angry at you, Charlie. You don't need to explain yourself to me.
I just want you to think that I'm cool.
It's okay to dislike something.
Thanks the Prime Hadir.
I'll let you in on a secret, but I'm a pretty big deal.
Oh my god, cheap shot.
We are getting out of the city, Homer. I promise we'll go somewhere that loves cats.
What is this?
Another new IP.
No more fights. Clean air. Bright skies.
Is it Forspoken?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, it is Forspoken, that's right. She gets teleported to a magical realm and she gets powers and shit, and then a dragon speaks to her, or looks at her.
Whoa, wait, stop! Whoa.
There's the Prime Housen.
Where on earth is this?
Square is doing so much at the moment, actually.
Yeah, they have a lot of projects.
So thin.
Well, no, you would call us anyway.
I swear to God, asshole, show yourself.
Show myself. I've shown.
Where are you?
Right here, at the end of your arm. Oh, hello.
So she's just gonna jump off the edge then.
Okay, so let me get this.
You're over there, just
Somewhere
launches herself
that's
off.
Not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing
Wow, that actually
freaking
looks
dragons.
really
And oh yeah, I'm
beautiful.
talking to a cop. Did I just do that?
We did.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind. Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do
Alright, movement
magic,
looks pretty
kill
nice.
deputies. I'll probably
Yeah,
find out.
this it looks beautiful. The game does.
No, you're just being ridiculous.
Oh, that's too far. Good to know there's a line.
The dialogue is a bit much. Maybe it's just for the trailer, but if it's like that for the entirety of the game, I'm gonna get
Our land
over it pretty quickly.
You are the only hope we have. You're special.
You're the one that's planning on facing off with Sylar. Tanta Sylar is the strongest and most formidable of all the Tantas. You will be doing our land a great service.
Flashy combat, nice. Am I supposed to believe that she's able to fight dragons now after getting punched in the stomach in an alleyway?
That was before she had the magical talking ring guy.
Ah, so it's all him.
Frey. No name for a demon. I am the one you seek. The one and only Tanta Sylar.
Boss fight. Looks good.
That looked pretty good. So far,
Strong
nothing looked like shit so far.
Decades.
Borderlands
Team
for me.
Rainbow has been the shield against the worst global threats imaginable.
And probably
Hostage
this actually.
situations.
This is the Rainbow Six
Biological
Siege
weapons.
parasite
The threat
thing.
of nuclear war. But now,
Where's the Prime
we face
DJ?
the
And the
greatest
resub
terror
Alexis.
our world has ever known.
This is Rainbow Six Siege? What?
Extraction, yeah. It was like a game mode in Rainbow Six Siege, and then people liked it so much that they decided to make it its own game.
Why?
It's tough, man. I like how we were just complimenting this fucking press conference and everything, and then Ubisoft comes in like a drunk uncle. Like inappropriate comments and ruined my night.
Thanks to the 5 gift subs, DJ
We want a
Saj.
shot at
DJ
tomorrow.
Saj. 3 sub cahoots.
We will move as one. We will think as one.
So is it just like a wave thing?
Yeah.
They made a standalone wave defense shooter.
Okay, so I guess it's a bit more than that. Like, you go into an area, kill enemies, and then if you die, your friends have to, like, carry you out of there and extract.
We enter the
I don't know. It's a bit more than just a wave shooter, I guess.
fight for our future.
I don't want to completely besmirch it.
And no one will be left behind.
See? He's extracting it. They only made it because people liked the game mode so much, so I don't fully blame them for doing it.
Yeah, but it was a game mode in a game they liked. This is a standalone game now based off of a game mode. Seems pretty dumb.
Yeah, but then people have to pay money for this new one. Seems pretty smart in terms of
Well,
business.
yeah, I guess.
Epic.
Fortnite.
No.
Remedy, let's go!
Oh,
let's fucking go!
Baby.
God, I love Alan Wake.
Whatever
Me too, man.
Don't go out in the dark.
Such a good game. This is a remake of the first one, right?
Yeah, it's a remake.
I don't care. I don't even care. That's just gives me another excuse to replay it.
Alice? Alice? My wife Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wick.
God, Alan Wake is so good.
I was missing a week. What had happened to me?
Did you play the expansion in Control? There was a whole expansion themed around Alan Wake.
No, I didn't.
With it, I could save myself.
Pretty good.
I could save Alice.
Did you play the American Nightmare one? It was like a mini sequel. I think.
Oh, I hated it. It was trash.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it.
I replayed this game like 3 separate times to 100% it.
Oh, you got all the achievements.
Yeah.
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
You think you could speedrun it?
Well, the speedrun's kind of underwhelming. I don't think there's any glitches or anything. Thanks to resub Nicholas and the
Maybe
Prime
it's because it
Buck.
wasn't popular enough. It
Well,
didn't get the same treatment.
Yeah, well, it's also just one of those games that would be very hard to speedrun because I think the cutscenes are unskippable.
Hello, Frank.
GTA 5! Let's go!
We're still seeing trailers from a game from 12 years ago.
Yeah, but it's GTA 5, Jackson. Let's fucking go!
This and Skyrim will go down in history as the most beaten to death games.
Yeah.
Why are they telling us what's in the game? Everyone knows, everyone owns this game at this point. Who is this for?
I don't know, this is so fucking dumb. I am so tired of GTA 5, it's so nauseating.
It was a great game, I loved it, but Jesus Christ.
Just let it rest.
Yeah,
oh my god, just fucking let it rest.
Already on PlayStation 5.
Oh my god. Thanks for Prime, Chris.
Well, at least we got that out of the way. We're halfway there. Halfway through. Oh, this is that Ghostwire game, right?
I was just about to ask about that. That had like the really passionate girl on stage.
Yeah, and then she got fired or something.
Yeah.
They said, too passionate. I thought it got cancelled after that.
I thought it did too.
It looks interesting. I just hope there's something to it, you know, some kind of substance there.
Yeah.
That they're not just purely relying on the aesthetic.
People always decry the truth when forced to face it. Still your fear. I will be her salvation.
Mari.
This game's being published by Xbox too, right?
I don't know.
By Bethesda?
The time is nigh.
I know it's Bethesda.
The world rests
Well, then it would
on
have
the
to be.
precipice
Yeah.
of
But the contract must have been in place before the you know, the purchase went through. So Xbox has to honor that.
a new age will dawn.
Yeah, I don't know. I was excited when this was first initially announced, but it seems like it's going through like a troubled development cycle, so that's kind of made me a bit wary as well.
Yeah, combat looks kind of boring too. You just fire particle effects.
Yeah, finger gun them.
Yeah.
Kind of meh. And there was no release date then, too, someone just said.
Marvel! Oh my god! Avengers DLC?
God damn it.
Guardians of the
Oh, wait, this is the Guardians game.
Oh no, this one looked cool, right? This was the cool one.
Yeah?
The matriarch wishes to share it with you.
Some aspects of it look cool. Some didn't.
United in the light of belief, all suffering, all grief will end. Oh! Ah! Ah! What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Cease this at once.
Cosmo!
Yeah, mainly that.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, maybe this isn't the one I was thinking of.
During that
Yeah,
ritual,
the humor
kept talking about the
didn't look great in the initial trailer.
Like they were drinking funky juice or something.
Or joined the cult.
So let us investigate for you.
Always catch Peter Quill.
and not fun kind with both.
You know what I don't understand?
Hey, World Mind, long time no see.
Why don't these fucking Marvel games use the likenesses of the characters from the movies? I don't get it.
0.3%.
Yeah, I don't know either, really.
It's such an odd choice. When Marvel's at its most popular because of the movies, why wouldn't you want to capitalize on that? I get it might be expensive to like pay actors for their likenesses or whatever, but still, probably be worth it.
This was not the game I was thinking of. They showed that game last time, where it was like a million different Marvel characters in a pretty cool world. It was called, what, like, Eternals or some shit?
No.
By
That's a
rejecting the
movie.
promise, you
What the
have
fuck was the
proven
game then?
yourselves unworthy, and you must
Midnight
Oh,
Sun,
you talking-
Midnight Sun.
Yeah, Midnight Sun's the one by XCOM people.
Yeah, that one looks cool.
Did you see the gameplay of it though? Kind of looks, it's like a card game.
Well, it's the XCOM studio, right? So isn't it like a tactics game?
Kind of tactics, but less XCOM. It's like you get dealt a deck of cards, and those are your actions.
Oh. No, I didn't see that. Thanks for your sub, Angel and Neon. Steven Seagal will be here any minute now.
What is this?
This is the Vampire Battle Royale. I actually hear this is a lot of fun.
It's on PlayStation.
I think it's on everything.
Do you know who it's by?
No, I don't actually.
That looks pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it reminds me of Guns, if you ever played that, which I never
Yeah.
did, but I watched Guns. And the gameplay feels kind of like that, because you can do a bunch of like wall running and shit.
It's only a battle royale.
I think it's only a battle royale.
Oh, it's actually set in the Vampire the Masquerade universe. Too.
Yeah. Thanks for the resub, Obi-Wan.
Interesting.
Welcome to the Eon program. Picture your perfect you.
Deathloop, baby!
There it is!
That's what the rest of the 14 minutes of this presentation is going to be. Explaining how Deathloop works again.
Sid, shut the Visionaries. 8 geniuses who painted up a prison and named
Christ, it actually is. It's going to teach us how it works again.
Repeating day.
Yeah, of course.
Their eternity.
Oh man, I've seen the same fucking things
that you can never leave.
Like 10 times over the last 2 years.
Place is supposed to be unforgettable. A bunch of spaced out science nerds, brainwashed cultists flinging bombs, whatever these guys are doing, all spewing Eon's bullshit. So how come I don't remember shit? This Party Island hangover is none my thing. My thing is answers. Who are these people? What do they want with me? And why is she always one step ahead?
I don't think I've seen this trailer, actually. Is this the same one they usually play?
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's like the same. It's always the same subject matter, you know, like
Yeah.
explaining what you're going to do during the
Somebody's
game.
sending me these messages from the future, the past, whenever. And some jackass wrecked every plane out here. Is this a contest for them? Some type of experiment? How does this time loop work? Does anybody remember? Why is everyone wearing a mask? What the other notes anymore? Who am I?
I think the game will be fun.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with the game at all. Looks like it'll be fun. I don't know how much there's going to be to it, but I don't know. Looks fun.
I like Dishonored, so more Dishonored is fine. It looks pretty similar.
You like the second Dishonored?
I did like the second Dishonored. You didn't?
I didn't play it.
Oh. Alright.
I just didn't hear as much about the second Dishonored as well.
Yeah.
So I figured maybe it wasn't as good. Yeah, I don't see how this game could be bad. It looks fine from everything I've seen.
Makes the resub
You think
slice
there'll
of
be a
life.
Destiny trailer in this?
God, I fucking hope not.
Good, I'm ready.
I heard you're back on the Destiny grind, you sick fuck.
I'm always on that grind, baby.
That is so sad to hear. You make me sick. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's! Let's go!
I thought they stopped making this, or the developer quit or something.
Yeah, but this was still in development. He wasn't making this one.
How do you know this is Five Nights at Freddy's?
I don't know, the chat said that.
Just because it's on a camera?
Yeah.
Kid Amnesia. What?
Alright, I'm sold. Let's go! Kid Amnesia!
What was that?
I don't know, man.
Dhoni's getting real wacky over here. Alright, 10 minutes left. We've got to have... whatever this is. Not what I was expecting.
No, this is God of War.
I was expecting like
Thanks
10
for
minutes
some
of
free Tinder.
God of War gameplay at some point.
I did too. I'm pretty disappointed so far. Some of the new games they showed look cool though.
Yeah, most of the Square Enix ones.
Yeah.
The Star Wars announcement was nice, but it would have been nice to see gameplay or something as well. This is pretty fucked. You're taking over animals' lives and shit.
Yeah.
Without their consent. To cheerful music.
Diyan, kaloy chungna Philip Meapur.
Gì?
Tupaya muna nyawak. Iti yang azo ikuhu ni angage. Ano si Lota din niya napet?
They were throwing scarves at her.
J'ai... Oleti.
No, thank you. Have you ever been to New Caledonia?
No, where is that?
I think it's just north of Australia a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, pretty close.
Have you
Right?
visited?
No. But now I won't have to, because I'll have that video game. Fuck, is it
Thanks for
near
that fun.
Australia? I might have just besmirched an entire nation's history and name.
I didn't know Caledonia was a real place.
I know it's French. Uncharted!
Oh my god!
Okay, yeah, it is east of Australia.
Ganesh? Now that's not an easy find.
Is this a new Uncharted or... Oh, okay, I answered that.
Remastered for what?
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves digging around where we shouldn't.
Fine, I'll play it again. I know you hate Uncharted, but I fucking love Uncharted.
I don't hate Uncharted, I think it is dreadfully overrated though.
Obsessed with his treasure?
I think you're wrong.
Gets what they deserve.
I think it's underrated.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's so good. How could you dislike
It is
the
good. It
characters?
is good. No. Like I think it is
How could you
good.
hate the groups?
It's just the gameplay is the exact same thing every single time. It's just 15 hours of doing the exact same gameplay loop ad nauseum. It's the same thing people complain about for everything else. What? Did you play Uncharted 4?
Yeah. There's a lot of slow walking around and stuff, but there's action and like puzzles and
PlayStation
stuff
Studios at its
throughout
heart
it.
is a diverse and passionate group of storytellers at our collective of AAA
Did you
studios
play it?
all across the globe. Everything
I didn't hear a word you said. I was listening to them. You said there's puzzles and action, right?
As creators,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same thing every single time. It's an open area. You just kill that one mob and then progress to the cutscene right behind it, over and over and over and over again.
Not with the puzzles. What about the tomb puzzle in Scotland in Uncharted 4?
The puzzles are
and
fine.
the clock tower puzzle.
I don't mind the puzzles or anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. That like those moments put up the monotonous other parts.
Yeah, but as you just said, the monotonous other parts. There's a lot of monotonous other parts.
They weren't monotonous to me.
That's fair.
I'm just saying from your perspective.
That's fair.
What was this man saying? Was he taking my corner? Did he say Uncharted's not boring?
I don't know what the fuck he said. I was trying to listen and then you got me off the fucking wagon. Thanks the Prime T-Man, the resub Slam, and Invisible.
Spider-Man's in better. Oh! Oh, what?
That's kind of big.
By Insomniac? How many fucking games? What?
I think that'll be fun. I like Wolverine.
That'll be
a
incredible.
lot. Did you play the Wolverine license game back on the Xbox? It was good.
It was so good, actually.
It was good.
I don't think anyone called that, especially Insomniac. Like, think about it. They had Miles Morales last year.
Yeah.
They had Ratchet and Clank earlier this year.
Yeah, they have been going hard.
It's insane.
Are you excited for Gran Turismo?
I think if there's one thing Xbox does better, it's the car games. Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsports.
Well, yeah, that's all they have though. And then all
Yeah,
PlayStation has is Gran Turismo.
Yeah, so comparing the two, I think
Yeah, that's
Xbox
fair.
has the better one.
I don't like either one, so I don't really give a fuck. There's the resub Cool Dude and No Sense.
Looks good though.
It came out months ago, No Sense.
All car games do though.
Yeah. Whoa.
Those are some cars.
Damn, Jesus Christ. It's open world!
Oh my god, I can go anywhere. As long as it's on a racetrack.
Actually, resub Dark Wolf.
Why?
And no, I'm not Tori.
Why would you Photoshop your cars into pictures in-game when you can actually drive them around?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, look at those spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for car people, they'd probably lose their mind over that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But like, look how boring this fucking race looks. Ugh.
I don't know, my blood's pumping. This is exhilarating. Yeah.
There's a tier 1 Kirk.
It's just they're all the same. It's always the same.
I know.
At least with Horizon, Forza Horizon, you can go off track and shit. Alright, after this it's gonna be the ending video, so it's gotta be God of War, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll finish with God of War.
Here it comes.
There it is! Kratos is in the modern age.
Yeah, he's teleported to New York. He's gotta find his son.
For as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal.
Please, Infamous?
Push me.
Nope.
This can't be Insomniac too, then, can it?
It has to be.
Surprise me.
What are they doing over there?
One who could even beat me.
Maybe it's Spider-Man vs. Infamous.
Yet all I found is disappointment. Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
The Green Goblin?
Rhino.
Rhino again.
It's always Rhino.
People are saying Craven. Who's that?
It's clearly Venom. Yeah.
But I want to say who Craven is.
Damn, I bet they finished with that. Unlucky.
No, please. No, it's God of War right now.
No, that's where they end it. 100%.
No, God of War.
No. It's
Herman
not.
Holst updated his profile picture to God of War picture.
He's lying to us, Jackson. There is no God of War.
That's fucked up. Don't you dare besmirch Herman Holst's name, Charlie. You'd never lie to me.
I'm sorry, Herman.
Yes! Imagine if he steps through a portal into New York City and we were right before. Just beats the fuck out of Spider-Man.
He's tired of beating up gods, now he just beats up Marvel characters.
What do you think it's gonna be called?
It's called Ragnarok. It already has a name.
No, I think that was just a working title.
The prophecies
Really?
say Fimbulwinter leads
I think
to
so.
Ragnarok.
Well, he just
War
dropped.
is coming.
He just said Ragnarok.
We'll
My
see.
story
We'll see.
doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard,
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
we do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I recognize that dour expression
He's used some
anywhere.
turbo fart. Tier 1 lousy. Thanks, Yuki.
Oh, this is gonna be
Odin's
so
got
good.
tricks up his
Yeah,
sleeve
we'll be
we
good.
haven't dared to consider.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands, who is dead.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
If he's out there, we gotta find him.
Come in. What in all yarns speed that happened to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way to do that is war?
War is not the only way.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
He still has the coolest fucking voice in gaming.
Christopher Judge, right?
I think so.
Are you a calm and reasonable person?
This is a beefy trailer. I'd like to see it.
In moments of crisis, panic
This
does
is
nothing.
fucking awesome.
Harness it. Let it serve you.
Tyr!
Are you coming with us?
Damn.
That's a big boy.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I thought that name was
Get your
confirmed.
answers soon enough. Well, some of them.
Who's that meant to be?
I don't know. That looks good. I'm already super excited.
Yeah, that looks incredible. Marvel.
Yeah, that might have been a mistake. Exit Prime, Angelic, and the resub Johnny.
More updates in 5 seconds.
Jesus Christ, I can't handle anymore!
No more, please, Sony. You're spoiling us.
Exit Prime, Pat.
What? There's actually more? What, that wasn't the end?
Oh, maybe it's like a full Let's Play.
they show the entire game. God of War.
Yeah, Markiplier plays through start to finish in one stream.
Okay, never mind. It's just a trailer.
Yeah. A montage. Thanks, J-Train.
There was a lot there. Wolverine, new Spider-Man, God of War, obviously. KOTOR.
I like the Square Enix games. Yeah.
Forspoken. I was, all things considered, pretty great.
Yeah.
No Hogwarts though. Yeah, I wonder what the Wolverine game's gonna be like. If it's gonna be a more focused kind of linear action game.
It absolutely will. No, it'll definitely be more linear, I think. Aaron was wondering where Bit Defense was, Jackson. Any big announcements?
Oh yeah, you'll have to wait for their next Sony press conference. Well, they left us on red this time.
Dour expression anywhere.
Any day now, I'm sure, though.
Yeah, they'll be back.
And that was the PlayStation Showcase.
Sid!
We've got more info and updates coming right now, and I'm in fact joined by no less than PlayStation Studios head Herman Hulst.
There he is!
Oh, that's
really strong
Herman.
showing here from PlayStation
That's the guy I was
Studios
talking
tonight,
about.
including an awesome new look at GT7 and finally a
Do you want to get Matt in here and do the
GT7
liquid
is coming
ladders?
in March, and
Sure.
I don't think fans are going to be disappointed with what Yamauchi-san and Polyphony have been working on. And
Thanks to
what we're
Prime
doing with
Alpha.
GT7 is we're pulling from the entire history of the franchise, taking some of the best features into GT7. GT campaign, arcade missions, all that good stuff.
Man, I don't think I could care less
And,
about
you know,
a
I
game,
got
to be
chance
honest.
play,
Holy shit.
and it just looks and plays sensationally. The haptics, the vibrations, you feel the rolls, the pull and the weight of the different cars. I'll tell you, the one thing that I personally
I
really
get
liked
like
is
visually
the braking
updated,
variations through the
but they're
adaptive
never
triggers that
different
really
like
kind of
gameplay.
makes you feel like you're an incredible racer, and for me that's great.
Great to hear that about
People
GT7. I
like
can't
it.
wait to play that, but I also really
It's for
wanted to
someone,
talk
clearly,
about
otherwise they wouldn't keep making them.
Insomniac. I mean, this is a studio
True.
that is absolutely on fire the last year, maybe 18 months
Easy
with
tier
Marvel
one
Spider-Man
Heingat.
Miles Morales,
Yeah, I wish
Ratchet
every
and Clank,
fucking
A Rift
game studio
Apart,
was like
and now
Insomniac.
2 big reveals tonight in
Their
the form of
production
Marvel
cycle's
Spider-Man
insane.
2 and
Yeah, they're pretty
Marvel's
wild.
Wolverine. It's kind of a shock.
All right, Matt's
You
joining
work
us in
really
a few
closely
minutes.
with Insom, Herman. So what can you tell us about just why Insom gets so fired up about the Marvel Universe?
I mean, Sid, you said it. Insomniac are on fire. They've been just so productive. And I think the team in Insomniac, they're really always challenging themselves to raise the bar with their approach to storytelling. And
He does have a cool
craftsmanship.
voice.
And it's really evident in the
closed the
consistently
stream,
high
Charlie.
quality of
Oh.
games that they've been delivering.
As soon as I saw
over
the cars.
years.
Well, he's talking
I
about
think
the
on top
Marvel
of that,
games now.
They really
Crazy
prize
Subs Zone
collaboration
Show.
amongst their
Herman.
team.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that collaboration that
Pretty cool.
that also extends to the way that they work with other PlayStation teams, but also their work with their great partners at Marvel. And that collaboration resulted in the amazing first 2 Marvel Spider-Man games. And I know that Insomniac are extremely excited to be further expanding the universe into Marvel Spider-Man 2
no, I
now.
got the hiccup.
And they're also going to be raising the bar again, you know, in terms of immersion, action, visual.
Matt joining us now. That wasn't
He
bad.
said he's finishing this call, then he's good to go.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm gonna go piss. If you want to get the tier list up, I've pinned them in now.
I think overall that was good. I think they showed a lot of cool new shit. I didn't see any of those Square Enix games before, so those were kind of nice. Thanks to the resub. Dak. That was fine. Short, quick, only showed a couple of dog shit games. I've got no real complaints. Alan Wake Remastered looks exactly the same as the original. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Fuck it. I just want to play Alan Wake again. Remaster is just a new port. Yeah, it was an Xbox original first, wasn't it? Now what? Matt, Jackson, and I are doing a tier list. One that we've talked about a while ago. One that I think we're all pretty divided on, so we figured we'd settle it. Welcome back.
Hey.
I'm gonna go take a piss myself now, so I'll be back in 1 second.
Awesome.
Exit Prime, Lucas, be right back.
Okay, chat. What was everyone's favorite game from that 40 minutes? Let's see. Did anyone think GT7 was the best? GTA as well, yeah. Then a lot of God of Wars there. Did it have a release date on it? Actually, I didn't even notice. Was it 2022? It's got to be, right? Yeah, 2022. Nice. Good. There was so much during that stream actually. That 40 minutes flew by. Why can't Xbox have press conferences like that? Why do we do tier lists? I don't know. We enjoy doing tier lists. Do you not like tier lists? Yeah, Shocking Hydra. That came out of nowhere in my well, not nowhere. There were rumors that KOTOR was getting a remake, but I didn't expect it at this presentation. Wasn't E3 better? Was it?
Back, baby.
I don't remember anything from E3.
Thanks to the
It feels
resub.
like pretty empty without
Clausen,
Sony there, to be honest.
Morez,
And I'm not even a Sony
Monkey,
fanboy.
and Clouds. The Prime.
I probably
Carpet.
play my Xbox more than I play my PlayStation.
I'm back. What are you talking about?
No, just the presentation.
What do you play on the Xbox?
That's a good question. what was I playing?
Yeah, you just fucking lied. No, there's nothing to play on the Xbox. What do you play? Thanks for your sub, Getty.
No, they've got a better backwards compatibility program, and so the reason I play the Series X more is just because it's got like a minuscule performance increase over PlayStation 5. So like the frame.
You're
rate's
just
usually
embarrassed.
more
You're embarrassed to say that you play the Xbox because you like the achievements. You fucking 100% half your
That
games
too.
for no
That
reason.
too. I do love achievements. If trophies are just so lame compared to achievements.
Trophies are super lame. I agree. But there's just no new games on the Xbox, so you're only playing backwards compatible games.
Psychonauts 2.
True. That is true.
But that was also on PlayStation, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There's nothing exclusive to Xbox.
I really hope we start seeing exclusive games from Microsoft there.
Oh,
It'd be nice.
they're coming.
Well, they own like half of the industry, so they better be coming. And there's Halo. Chat's right.
That's shipping half complete, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
No Forge, no co-op campaign.
Half complete is better than no Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what it was going to be like if it shipped last year. If they couldn't even get Forge and co-op ready for this year.
Yeah.
Why isn't
Thank you,
like
some
the upper
angry.
management at 343 fired yet? Why this? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty unlucky.
People get fired from less their like, minimum wage jobs. These guys can't release a title on time.
Well, they can't release a title at all.
Yeah.
It's been pushed back, what, 4 times now? And now when it's finally, they finally hard confirmed, they confirmed that they only have half of it ready. Like, it's rough. Very rough.
Maybe we're just entitled gamers.
I just want the games to be like complete when they ship is all. I guess that is a bit entitled though in the modern age.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Tier 1 nihilistic. The
We're
Resub
meant
Fox.
to be, what is it? We're meant to be gracious to the people we're paying money for, towards for the products. Hey.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
How's it going?
Good.
You missed quite the showing.
Oh, I was watching. I just was on a call the whole time. It was a great call, though.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Let me run to the bathroom while you get the tier list up, and then I'm good to go.
Oh, I've already got it up. I'm ready.
Oh, all right. Well, pretend you don't, and then I'll be ready.
Okay.
Now, is there a way for you to screen share to me so I can see the list as well as you?
Well, you're not going to need real-time updates. You can just look at the stream.
Okay, fine.
Is this every Marvel movie and show? Because it doesn't look like it.
What was the most recent show?
What If?
WandaVision?
What If?
Yeah, no, that's there. It's down the bottom. Must be.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, there it is.
Is the Incredible Hulk there? Yep. No, that's everything then.
I thought there was more.
Well, how many are there? 4, 8, 12, 14, 28. There's 29 things there. That's a lot.
This is 29 things?
Yeah.
Wow, you're right.
Wow, that is a lovely looking list.
It wasn't made by me. All credit goes to... Where's his name? Never mind. No credit.
Fuck him. He doesn't deserve it anyway. Do they have the newest Spider-Man on here? I don't see it.
Right off the bat, the other problem is there's no F tier.
That's just because it's Marvel movies. There's no such thing as an F tier.
Oh, no, there is. We'll get into it. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Well,
lowest possible
tier
tier.
to F tier.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, Spider-Man Home Alone is in there, yeah. It's not Home Alone, is it? What's it called? Home Away?
Home Sweet Home. I don't fucking know, man. I don't remember. A Long Way Home, I think?
Maybe.
They all have the word home in them, so good luck.
Yeah, Homecoming.
That one was just all about a high school dance the whole time.
Yeah, that was a cute movie. So do we agree with where I put Ant-Man and the Wasp? One of the worst ones?
Oh, absolutely.
Are we going to rename the categories there?
No, we'll just do, S, A, B, C, F.
But I want... S tier should be Stan Lee.
The Stan Lee tier?
Yeah, in memory of Stan Lee.
All right,
Okay.
All right, there we go.
And F tier, just to make this more confusing, can we make that DC Comics?
No, it's gotta be James Corden.
It has to be James Corden. That's fair.
It
Yeah.
has to be the James Corden tier.
Well, where does Andrew Garfield Spider-Man fit in? Is that C tier?
Oh god.
Oh, wait, are those even on the list? I didn't see them.
They're not Marvel.
Oh, they're Fox. They're Fox.
Oh.
Okay, you're right. All right, so James Corden tier for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yay or nay? How do we feel?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Now, I've always meant to ask you, but I've never remembered. Is it actually James Corden or is it James Corden?
I think it's Corden. I think that's how you
I
pronounce
like
it.
the way you say it. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're giving him way too much credit. It's not Corden. That's way too fancy. That's like
It is-
That's like a French enunciation.
No, his name is James Corden. It's not Corden.
You don't say, first of all, you're not meant to say it how he wants you to say it.
Oh, true.
You don't give him that power. You say it how you want.
True.
Oh my god. I don't think any human can say it how this video pronounces it.
How does it say it?
Here, I'll let you listen to it. It's really bad.
How to
It's got some
pronounce?
phlegm in there as a robot somehow.
All right, let's see. Oh god, advertisement, Matt. What did you send me?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You sent me malware.
Why do you not have ad blocker?
I do, just not
James
on Firefox.
Corden.
Oh, no, but on the wrong thing. I see. You're in for a treat.
James Corden.
This is how like an Irish person says it, I think.
Yeah.
James Corden.
Weird. Mine's just pronouncing it piece of shit.
James Corden.
So you're as adamantly against James Corden as well.
He's so unfunny, dude.
He's
I
one of
don't
my
watch
least
him.
favorite celebrities of all time.
I still just really want to get the invite to go on his show with Charlie, without him ever knowing how much Charlie hates him.
I'd love to be on his carpool karaoke.
Just sit there monotone, don't even talk to him.
That would be wonderful.
There's use of Psycho and Benjamin.
He's kind of like the Amy Schumer of male comedians, really.
Well,
Yeah, that's
funny you
exactly
say
what I
that,
said.
Because when we did our celebrity tier list, that's where we put Amy Schumer.
Yep.
Nice. All right,
All right,
so
what's the
Ant-Man and
next
the
movie?
Wasp into J. Should we go in order of when they started?
No, I think we just go in order of here. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think, is one of Marvel's absolute stinkiest. I think there is nothing redeeming about that movie. The fucking villain and the hero have the exact same goal, and then at the end decide to work together. It makes no sense why there's even a conflict.
Look, all these spoilers. People might have been waiting to watch that one.
No. I'm saving them the trouble. Quite literally, the villain and the heroes want the same fucking thing at the end of the movie, and then just decide, yeah, we might as well just do it together. It makes no fucking sense. The movie's trash.
No,
I'm with you.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is one of the only few Marvel movies that I haven't seen. So
Oh, no
I'll
wonder
take your
you're
word
such
for
a
it.
Marvel fan.
Mm.
Yeah. I saw the only. I didn't see the only one that was bad apparently, so that's good.
It was so stupid. And the villain's power was vibration, so she can vibrate really fast and squeeze through things. So she like phases around through vibrating, which she can't stop vibrating. So she like starts phasing by accident. It's like a video game glitch, but as a person. And then
I
eventually,
believe that was the
that
same
sounds
problem they had in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, that sounds cool though. What?
No.
You made it sound cool.
No, it's not.
How do
cool
they
at all.
stop her from vibrating so much?
I don't remember. They have to go back into like the small realm, like the baby realm together to like save his wife and save her from vibrating too much.
I want to watch the movie you've described.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I hated
But
Ant-Man and the
It's
Wasp.
got Paul Rudd though, and Paul Rudd is so charismatic.
Well,
I
yeah,
find it hard
and
to
you-
believe it would have to be a.
And you want to know the good Paul Rudd movie? Ant-Man 1. That's a B tier.
I'm not. Oh, I don't know about B tier. I was gonna put it in C.
No.
That movie's so forgettable.
It's not forgettable. I think it's very good.
I think Ant-Man, and this is probably why I didn't see the second one, but I think Ant-Man is when Marvel movies started to get stale and repetitive to me. That's when I was like, okay, they're just doing the same thing over and over again.
That's when they really found their formula, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Thanks for the
I'm not
gift
saying
of
it's
butter.
bad. I'm saying it's C tier. It's just like, meh.
Matt, what are your opinions? Opine, please.
Oh boy, I'm once again between the B and C category. It was fine. I didn't think it was anything amazing. It looks great compared to Ant-Man and the Wasp. I would personally lean more towards the C than the B compared to other Marvel movies.
Agreed.
All right.
But I don't disagree with B or C. B minus C plus.
Yeah, it's kind of hard since we don't have a D, so C is
That-
actually
I was gonna
pretty
say,
solid.
C feels stinkier than it should be because the D isn't there.
Yeah.
Can you add a tier? Let me see.
No, we'd
Don't
have to
be
re-
silly.
we'd
Yeah,
have to
no,
remake it.
you can. So go to the cogwheel next to C, at the end of C.
Oh.
And then go add a row below. There you go. And then
Oh yeah,
make
we
that one-
literally did that on the celebrity one. I forgot.
make that one half of James Corden. James Corden.
Just JC.
Oh, here. Well, we can also put an F tier now, then, too.
Oh, good work.
Wait, what? There's
They're
way too
saying
many
to
tiers now.
change the color
Shit.
of the new tier.
You done?
They're all just yellow. This is how our celebrity one was, where the racists and murderers went in evil, and then James Corden and Amy Schumer went into James Corden.
There, see, now there's
Hello.
there's proper separation now between James Corden and the rest of the pack.
There's so many tiers now, though. We should just have a tier for every specific movie.
No, not true at all. We're gonna have some D's and F's in here, and then James Corden is a fate worse than death.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What's the next one? Age of Ultron.
Yeah, and here we go. We immediately get to utilize D tier.
I agree with that. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Oh my!
Especially after the first Avengers, like hype was at the max it could be, and then Who directed it? Was Joss Whedon, right?
I think it was Whedon, yeah, and he really fucking blew it, man.
Came in and slapped these nuts on Marvel's face and said, "I'll do my best to take this industry down with me."
Oh, it was such trash. There's nothing good about Ultron. The only good thing Ultron did was Vision and Scarlet Witch. I
was gonna say I liked both of them a lot.
They're good characters, but they weren't even cool in the movie. They're just cool characters overall.
Yeah,
They were cool later on, I would say. Ultron was kind of cool, but mainly his voice, I think.
His voice was lovely.
He's a tier 1 Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I'm fine with D. In fact, I'd probably even go F, but
by far the most forgettable Avengers. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Anything
by 10 miles.
Anything Avengers related, Ultron I think is at the lowest end of that spectrum.
Absolutely.
For sure. Not even close.
And this one is Infinity War. Infinity War to me is an A. I loved Infinity War.
I thought it was lovely.
I was gonna say Stan Lee. I think it's.
You were gonna go Stan Lee?
Oh, I forgot we even had that there.
Going Stan Lee. Yeah.
Think about it in terms of not only was it just a masterful stroke of filmmaking and an enjoyable product at the end, but it had the snap, which has just become such a cultural mainstay. I think. Like, it stand the test of time.
Yeah, I really appreciated that they ended it on a sad note. Like it didn't have a happy ending. They didn't even try. I thought that was really cool. I'll go.
Which for them was such a change of pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Infinity
I
War
think it
really
came out
was
much
good.
better than it.
I actually have not seen this next one.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, all I remember about Captain Marvel was all of the hate Brie Larson was getting off of it.
Yeah,
I was gonna go the opposite way and say we should probably put this in the top categories after, otherwise Brie Larson's gonna come after us.
She is a YouTuber now. She played a Nintendo Switch game once. Yeah, she played Switch once.
Nice.
So
Nice,
she might even be in the chat.
Yeah, S tier then. Fuck
All
yeah.
right, good work.
Are you there, Brie?
I think
It's
it's.
not there, it's going down to
I think overall it's a very mediocre movie. It's not like super great. It's not super shit either.
It hits the notes. It does what it's. I don't know what I
It's-
would expect a Marvel movie to do.
It's just super formulaic, which I guess I don't know. I guess I could make it a D tier because it's not like a really like great movie or a huge standout movie in the Marvel one. It's just a fine overall movie.
I think her character also comes across, at least to me, as like really unlikable. Like all of the other main characters in Marvel movies are pretty charismatic and they stand on their own 2 feet and such. But then, like, I've never watched a Marvel movie and thought the main character hated me.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
person in
definitely
chat
get
said A, so we have confirmed that Brie Larson's here.
Well, that's good. Her PR manager's here at least.
Yeah, just spamming it over and over.
So on the Moist meter, I don't remember what we gave this. I think we gave it a 70. Like I said, I think it's a fine movie, but in Marvel movies, it's just not very good compared to the rest.
We got to judge this in relation to each other as well.
Yeah, not just as an overall movie, because like I said, I think it's a serviceable movie. Just for Marvel, kind of dog shitty compared to the rest.
Yeah, so
You
to
gave
put
it a
this way-
65.
Yeah, that sounds about right. To put it this way, though, if I was going through like a Marvel binge or whatever, Captain Marvel is one of the movies that I wouldn't be looking forward to watching again.
Now,
coming up to.
there was that one guy who saw Captain Marvel over 200 times. Do you remember that?
God.
No. Why?
I think he wanted to meet Brie Larson, which he eventually did. He saw it over 200 and something times during the first week of its premiere, I think.
Oh, like in theaters.
In
he paid
theaters.
for it.
In theaters, he paid for it over 200
And
times.
she humored him by meeting him because that's the last person she should actually meet.
Yeah, that's some psychopath energy shit. But
Wait,
yeah,
is
they
it-
met.
200 times in 1 week? Did he invent a time machine just to do this?
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up so I don't besmirch this good man.
Yeah, if someone did that to me, if I was someone said that they watched my movie 200 times in 1 week, that would be like grounds for a restraining order.
I got it wrong. A Marvel fan in Wisconsin saw Captain Marvel 116 times.
Oh, that's not so bad anymore.
I slandered this poor guy.
That's absurd.
You painted him as
Movie
some kind of
prices, that's
weird
like-
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made him sound like a weirdo. I'm sorry.
It's strange. 116, that's like $1.5 million at the movie theater.
That's pretty much how many times you saw Jurassic Park in theater, Jackson.
Yeah, but I didn't want to meet them. although I would have liked to have met them.
All right, we can make it happen. If he can do that with Brie Larson, you can meet a T-Rex.
Yay!
This is what he said. The amount of time that it takes, I've had to take time off of work and take long lunch breaks to accommodate watching an entire movie in the particular time frame, and then just time on the weekends where I'm not doing other things. Nice.
How understanding do you think his boss was?
Oh, I mean, this is a world record, so I mean, I'm sure they patted him on the ass, gave him a raise.
Now, is the world record just for Captain Marvel or movies in general?
I think it was all movies, actually.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Meatloaf, and the resub Meatloaf.
I think I could beat
Resub
that with
Bastimos.
Jurassic World. I could watch that a few more times at least.
What is this?
What? What's the next one?
I think it's Winter Soldier. I can't read it.
Yeah, it's the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier was so fucking good.
Yeah, I think Civil War's better.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know. I think Winter Soldier might be better.
I was a big fan of both of them.
Take a stand. Choose a side.
Yeah,
I'm
Matt.
thinking Jackson. Okay. I'll just shout out the first thing that comes to my mind.
Was Winter Soldier the one where Chris Evans holds a helicopter in place and flexes his bicep real
I
hard?
believe that was where he holds the roof at the same time or whatever.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Didn't they say he like actually tore his bicep in real life?
No, now you're just getting lost in some fanfic, I
Here,
think.
let me see.
Oh wait. Was that Civil War? Maybe that was.
Oh,
Civil
they're
War.
saying it's Civil War. Okay, we got a... Uh-oh, we've got a monkey wrench here.
Chris Evans reveals Captain America injury.
He got too much pussy and his dick hurts. I don't know. It's probably not his bicep.
In quotes, I really messed up my arm. Getting too much pussy.
Yeah, fending off the women.
I still think Winter Soldier's a better movie. I got the bicep timeline wrong, but I think Winter Soldier's better.
Really? What was your favorite moment from it, huh?
I don't know. I just think Bucky's super fucking cool.
Because I can name my favorite moment from
Bucky
Civil
is
War. It's when he was doing the bicep curl with the helicopter.
You know what? Fuck it. Fine. I'm on board. A for Civil War, B for Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
I'm too out of energy today to argue.
I still think, even disregarding that, Civil War was the better movie. It had like the highest stakes. It had all of the characters there. It was such like a... It was like an Avengers movie.
Really sick. Yeah, it did feel like an Avengers
I'm just going to give them both A. I don't feel comfortable putting Winter Soldier in B.
Yeah, they're both really good.
I agree.
Just
I'm fine with
because one of them might be a higher A, they're still A. Also, just so you know, in the first week of filming, he messed up his arm. It was a fake helicopter, but it was drifting beyond the ability of his control. He tweaked his bicep, and to this day, it's still messed up.
The fuck? Did he have like Nintendo Switch Joy-Con drift?
The guy piloting just really hated him.
Yeah, he just started like taking off for real. Tear him in half.
Please stop flying. He's actually just screaming. That's how you get the best reactions.
Civil War did have a really fucking hype conclusion, to be fair.
That entire movie was really good.
It set up like the rest of the arcs really, and like the stakes there were really cool with Iron Man and Captain America not being friends anymore. That was cool. It was great.
Cool. It was very good. The original Captain America, I also think is super good.
Oh, that movie slapped.
I think B tier for that.
Yeah, I think
it's not as good as the other two, but amazing.
I think it's just because Red Skull isn't super cool. I don't think he was like a really cool villain overall, but I think Captain America was really cool in the movie.
Yeah, that movie, after seeing the rest, is definitely B tier, but when it first came out, oh, that movie was so good.
It was. Yeah. My dad even really liked that movie. I haven't seen a movie in theaters with my parents in so long. I think the last one I remember seeing was probably Captain America with them, and my dad was like, those Nazis are some evil bastards, huh, Charlie? It's like, yeah, it's...
I can see your dad saying exactly that, too.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, Dad, I mean, they're Nazis. They're not super cool, I guess.
Your dad called me yesterday to literally just to ask me how I was feeling. It was the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me.
Yeah, your dad's a sweetheart.
I love him.
He's great.
He's been trying to help me with my house being built. He's sending encouraging emails and text messages. It's the sweetest thing.
Well, both of your parents are amazing.
All right, we need to add an extra tier in here for like a picture of my dad.
Yes. In each tier list we do, he gets S tier.
Yeah.
But we need to do your mom too. We can't just have your dad.
True. The whole parents.
Right.
He's a tier 1 parrot and we get some pugs and resub at Sky.
Doctor Strange.
I really like Doctor
I
Strange.
loved Doctor Strange.
The visuals were so good in Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Like some of the most incredible visuals. I'm fine with A.
Anything that Doctor Strange is in immediately gets elevated, I think, because it's just so fucking cool, and to
Yep.
like constantly change everything, where like the perspectives and everything get kind of all fucking warped and wacky. The multiverse gets introduced. I think it's so important and really fun.
And honestly, Marvel almost always hits the nail on the head with their actors, but Benedict Cumberbatch was just fucking amazing.
Yeah. I just don't think it's good enough to be Stan Lee tier. I think Stan Lee
agree.
tier is just a little too high for Doctor Strange to reach yet.
Yeah.
Especially with Infinity War in there.
Yeah. Great movie, though. I fucking love Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so good.
Is this in-game?
Yeah, you know it is.
Okay. Bang. How do we feel about C tier?
Too low for me.
You think?
was leaning more B tier for Endgame.
I was leaning B as well.
I just feel like in-game isn't that good. Like, everything in the movie is just everything going right all the time and slowly. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it nearly as much as Infinity War. And Thanos to me didn't feel like as scary in Endgame as he was set up to be in Infinity War. They just kind of steamrolled him.
I agree with that. I just think that maybe the whole last half of the movie elevates it to B tier. I just think
The last half is great, yeah, but I mean, you spend half of the movie just kind of slowly going through the past where everything's going right.
True.
Like, it doesn't feel like there's any stakes. It's like, oh, this is good.
There
good
is
again.
a lot of
Very good.
fluff in the first half.
Were you at all during the movie bored or like taken out of it?
No, I wouldn't say I was
I
ever
wasn't.
bored.
The entire movie, I was like pretty entertained.
Yeah,
I
I remember Monique was gone for a night. I ordered some Chinese food, watched it on my couch, loved it. But
I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine to concede.
Does
I
that sound like
lean
a
more-
C tier to you? Did you see how happy Matt was on his couch?
Yeah, think about it. It reminds me of the time Monique wasn't home.
Yeah.
B is definitely where I would feel.
I mean, I'll concede B. It's a fine movie. I just really don't think it did justice to what Infinity War was setting up.
That is fair.
That's why it's not in Stan Lee, though.
True.
I'm interested
Exhibits
where everybody stands on this next one. You know what? Wait. I'll get out ahead of it.
Mhm.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I feel like you guys don't like it.
What a brave opinion. Yeah, I love it too. What?
Oh, okay.
Doesn't everyone love it?
Let's not get carried away.
Whoa, what?
We can get back on that topic with Volume 2.
Okay. I thought you guys were going to shit on it and say the humor was bad. I thought the movie
No.
was amazing.
First Guardians
Oh,
of the
I thought it
Galaxy
was
is great. I
Alright,
think the
yeah,
first
cool.
one's fantastic. I don't know if I'd give it I'd probably give it B, but I still think it's good.
I would say
It's an A for me, dog. There's an old meme for you
God.
by accident.
Randy Jackson, nice.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to do that. It just came out.
at least you weren't his other co-host, Paula.
Paula Dean or
Yeah,
Paula Abdul.
Can you imagine if Paula Dean hosted American Idol?
That'd be pretty fucking lit.
Although really, you don't want to be either of them. There's something about the name Paula.
Yeah,
Yeah, aren't
true.
they both like awful people?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. It's in between A and B for me.
Would you really give Guardians of the Galaxy up there with Doctor Strange, Winter Soldier, and Civil War? Because I super wouldn't.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
fair. All right, B.
for example, pop quiz: who was the villain in Guardians of the Galaxy? Tell me his name.
It was they were each other's enemies, right? And then they all have a dance off at the end.
Yeah, but who did he have the dance off with? Don't look at chat.
I'm not looking at chat. I don't know his name.
Exactly.
I really thought you would have known this, Jackson.
Why?
It's
Is
Ronan.
his name Jackson?
No, his name's Ronan. I don't know. I feel like you would have known that one.
He's just super forgettable. Like I don't think they had like a real big
He's-
bad.
He's baby Thanos, like
Yeah.
bitch Thanos.
He's just a little pussy boy Thanos. I just feel like the characters are cool, the journey's cool, but it doesn't have like this really like impactful payoff to me. Like it's just fun. I wouldn't give
So
it a.
without looking at chat though, who was the main antagonist in Doctor Strange?
Oh. Fuck. Yeah, Dormammu. I couldn't remember I couldn't remember it. Dormammu. I've come to bargain. There we go. I remember now.
Did you remember it because of chat?
No,
Or-
I remembered because I come to bargain. And I couldn't remember who he said it to.
I would put Dormammu and Ronan on very similar levels.
Yeah, but Dormammu is much cooler than Ronan. He's like the giant galaxy-eating dark guy. Whereas Ronan's just a guy with a fucking sledgehammer.
Like I said, I'm fine with B.
Wait,
I don't think it's
wait,
the same
wait.
level of
Wasn't
Civil War.
Dormammu just at the very end up in the space? Wasn't he fighting? He was fighting the guy with the black eyes. Like the...
Dormammu was the big puppet master, though. He was the big bad.
Right, but isn't that the same like Ronan? Ronan wasn't really the big bad for the Guardians either. It's Thanos.
He's got a point.
I guess you are making a good point.
Aha!
What's the other guy's name?
I'm looking it up. Caecilius. I mean, he looks cool. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard that name before in my life.
That was a very good point because they are pretty similar.
I still don't think I would put Guardians of the Galaxy on the same level as Civil War and Winter Soldier personally.
I'm good with wherever you put it.
But maybe that means we need to drop Doctor Strange down to B.
Whoa.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Since it's kind of similar, then that's
that
fine.
One has come to.
That's fine. Jackson made a good point. That was some facts and logic right there.
Thank you. That'll be going in my montage.
Wait, but Matt made all the points to move Guardians to A, and then somehow Doctor Strange moved to B. How did this happen? Everybody goes, great point, Matt, great point. And then Jackson goes, all right, B.
He was following your momentum, Matt.
Yeah, that's fair. Good work, Jackson. We worked as a team and failed successfully.
Yeah, it was good.
I got what I wanted.
Yeah, true.
So do we all agree that Volume 2 was not very good for Guardians of the Galaxy, though?
I don't remember anything about it.
I remember that one with they went to like the mining planet. I don't remember much about
it. It has Kurt Russell. He's a god. He literally is a god, and he surfs around.
Literal god.
So with this one, the only thing I remember is the main antagonist, which was Ego, right?
Yeah, Ego.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
But it's like, and then...
I guess by that logic, this one's an A tier. Put him up in A tier because we can remember the antagonist's name.
Yep.
And then Star-Lord becomes a god as well, so he's like firing fucking light beams and flying around and shit.
Yeah, that one was not nearly on the level of number one. I didn't dislike the movie, but definitely not the same as number one.
Would you put it closer to number one or further away? So C or D here?
I haven't seen Captain Marvel, so I'm not sure. I personally enjoyed it more than Age of Ultron. I still thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think C.
Okay, I'm fine with C.
Just Matt gotta win.
There you go, Matt.
Yeah,
for you, man. You needed that one.
Yeah, that was a momentum shifter right there.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. This is all a game of momentum. That's all tier lists are.
Oh, Far From Home? Easy A tier with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal's such a suave man. You know he doesn't shower?
What?
He doesn't shower.
In the movie?
No,
in
general, he doesn't shower. He doesn't believe in it.
That's why he's so handsome.
Yeah, it's that dirty scent emanating from him that makes him look so good. I'm all for it. Whatever he's doing it right. So if he says don't shower, I guess I'm not showering anymore.
I gotta let my cat outside. 1 sec.
Easy A's here though. Even disregarding Jake Gyllenhaal and all the other charismatic characters, just the movie's a fun time. It's good.
I love the ending. I think the ending is so fucking cool.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think it's better than the first Spider-Man.
For sure.
In this Marvel history. Yeah, easy A tier for me.
I agree with that. I think Hulk, everyone here will agree, is F, our first F.
Which one is that?
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that movie at all?
Yeah, because I've watched it multiple times for some reason.
What? Why?
Because I like it's always the first movie in like a Marvel binge because it's the first movie that was released.
So you just go back to it. I haven't seen it since probably like 2012. No, probably even earlier. Back when Iron Man first started launching this shit, I was so big into the Marvel movies. I watched it again then, and it was still just as bad as I remembered it being.
The only good part of the original Hulk is that scene where Tim Roth gets kicked into a tree. That's my favorite scene in probably the entire Marvel history.
Why?
He's kicked it. I'm laughing just thinking about it. He gets kicked, like he runs up to Hulk and is all angry, and then the Hulk just kicks him and he goes flying across the football field directly into a tree. Face first into a tree. Have you not seen it? It's so good.
I vaguely remember what you're talking about. That scene didn't really jump out at me though.
How do he gets?
Thanks to resub.
I don't know. It's the arrogance of him. He comes storming up to the Hulk, and the
Very
Hulk just like,
similar to the Loki Hulk scene.
yeah. Oh yeah, actually you're right. It is.
Here,
But I just
in case
I
you
love-
want to watch it.
I
Yeah, I
love his
just found
face
it.
just hitting the tree. It's great.
Oh, don't watch that one. This one's much better.
I can't show it on stream because it'll just get this
Oh,
whole
that's
video
right.
taken
Just don't
down.
even watch it.
I'm just.
Am I not allowed to edit it into the video?
I don't think so. On the last one we did, where we showed some of the Troy movie, it kind of got slapped.
You say some of the Troy movie, but we watched like 17
watched the
minutes of
entire
it.
movie.
It was such a good movie.
I went back and rewatched it. See, look at the
Yeah.
CGI.
Yeah.
So good. His ragdoll body gets flung across the field.
Well, that makes me
So,
want to put it up to a D, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, that's one of my favorite moments of the Marvel cinematography. I don't. Is it really like less bad than Ant-Man and the Wasp though? You really hate that movie.
You haven't seen it. It's really dumb. I think the movie's really like unbearably dumb. Spoiler alert: there's gonna be one more James Corden Marvel movie I can think of off the top of my head, which is Thor: Dark World. I think they're on equal footing. I think they're both equally shit.
Alright, well, Hulk has to go on F tier then, just to fill up
Yeah.
F tier, I think.
Yeah, we need something in
The only reason I wanted to bring it up to D is because that kick is pretty cool. I see what you're talking about.
I told you, man. If the movie was just all of that scene, easy D.
Thanks for some golden.
But no, F tier.
Which one's this down here? Is this Iron Man 2 or 3? It's 2.
Wait.
Right here. Iron Man 2.
yeah, it's 2.
I give it like a C. It was okay.
It was a fine movie.
It was alright.
It's the one with the whips, right?
Yeah,
The
Mickey
guns.
Rourke and the whips.
I would honestly say
Army
the
Hammer.
most forgettable Iron Man.
No,
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 is the most forgettable Iron Man. And it doesn't do anything. Like he deletes all of his suits only to make all of his suits again. I think Iron Man 3 is the worst one. And then
Wait, I said the most forgettable one, and I can't remember 3.
yeah, no, number 3 I think is an unbearable piece of trash.
I'm watching the trailer now because I legitimately don't remember 3.
It was the one with the Mandarin.
Yeah, it's the one where the people were blowing up. Like the people were like overheating like a graphics
Oh,
card.
and they like blew up his house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3's a really contentious one because some people fucking love 3. Like look at the chat. 3 is the best one. And I think that movie is absolute irredeemable garbage.
I don't know about garbage, but I think
It's
the worst
bad.
Iron Man one.
I just think it's really bad.
Now,
you didn't like
remind me,
oh,
is
after
Iron
the
Man
child?
3 where doesn't like Gwyneth Paltrow save the day or something?
Kind of at the very end. You'll remember the last scene. He like presses something on his wrist and he's like, no more suits. So the suits he's done with the suits.
And
But
aren't
then-
they in the shipping container?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, it's coming back now.
Yeah.
Tony Stark also gets nursed back to health by a 6-year-old boy.
Well,
What's not to love about that?
Yeah, that's a weird thing you just said there. I don't remember that at all.
Wait, you don't remember that?
Oh, in the farm. He's in the barn,
what?
right? Yeah.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, is that the one where his like dad? He's talking about his dad with the cigarettes and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember it
I
made such a
remember that.
big scene because they brought that kid back in for Tony Stark's funeral later on
I
for some
remember
reason.
Yeah, movie's trash. I think it's definitely the worst Iron Man. 2's not great either, but I think 2's still better than 3. I think
Yeah.
2's also got Army Hammer, who's a nice goofball. Or that's his name, right? Army Hammer.
Yeah, something Arnie, something Hammer.
Yeah, I think he's at least fun. I think 3's the worst Iron Man, but I don't think it's as bad as Hulk or Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, agreed.
Iron Man 1, easy Stanley.
Yeah, that movie's phenomenal.
Literally launched the entire MCU.
The entire thing.
I thought I heard you like suffocate or something over there, Jackson.
I don't know about Stan Lee. I was thinking A.
Really? You wouldn't give
Hey.
Iron Man Stan Lee tier?
No, I don't think so. I think I'd give it A.
Wow.
I don't think. I mean, all right. First of all, Iron Man didn't start this. The Incredible Hulk did, and look where that.
Don't you ever fucking say that again.
But it's true. It did start it.
No,
it
it
might not have started.
Not
it well,
everything that
but it
comes
started
first starts something, okay?
It does.
It took
And
him a
it
few
did.
tries to get off the ground.
I don't think it's Stan Lee tier, but I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
I think it has to be.
I think you're looking at it from a sentimental value, though. I think
It's still a good movie. I watched it a couple years ago. It's still a good movie.
I don't like any movie where like the main character fights themselves at the end. Like it's a clone of them, basically. Like they're fighting their own hubris or their own demons, and I think that's what's the main guy's at the end's name? The main antagonist.
The bald guy? I don't remember his name now.
Yeah, wasn't it? Fuck, it wasn't War Machine, was it?
No, War Machine's Rhodes.
Warmonger. That's it.
Warmonger. Yeah.
So it was basically just another Iron Man suit. So he's fighting himself basically.
Oh, it's Ironmonger.
Yeah, it's just boring to me. It's just a trope that's been done to death. I feel like so.
Well, it's been done to death after they did it.
True.
I don't even think that's the case. I think it was done to death before that.
Who did it?
Has been since like the 19th century.
I think it's just a pretty tired cliche. But if you want to do Stanley, I'm not gonna admonish you. I think
I'm
it's an
following you up on Stan Lee tier personally.
Yeah, I think it has to be Stan Lee tier. Black Panther.
I like Black Panther a lot.
Oh, I want to say B.
I'm thinking, yeah, it's between B and C for me as well.
I was between A and B, so I'd say B.
I'll go B.
Yeah, B. I think B's fair. I think it's a good movie.
I was watching something about their stunt work. Their stunt work for that movie was pretty fucking nuts. Like those car scenes and shit, they actually did those things. It wasn't all CGI.
I don't remember. I remember some of the action at the start was all in dark, dark scenes and stuff, and it kind of took it away from me. Like I didn't really love the action until like maybe the second half. And then also the final action scenes were pretty lame because they had like these CGI rhinos and stuff. I think was that Black Panther?
I think that was in Infinity War where they had like all the animals outfitted.
Oh, maybe that was Infinity War. Never mind. Anyway, it's still a B for me.
I mean, it might have been in that one too. I just don't recall.
Yeah, I just remember I think there was bad CGI in Black Panther, but I could be wrong.
That's what all of chat's saying too.
Okay.
Okay, they're saying you're right, Jackson.
Well, B tier for me, regardless. I'm pretty.
B it is.
I'm down. Spider-Man: Homecoming. I was thinking B tier.
Yeah, that's gonna be another B tier for me. It's good. It's like the same level of good as Far From Home, just without Jake Gyllenhaal. So
it's a little worse than Far From Home, I think. It's Tom Holland's still figuring it out. No. They have an equally charismatic, likable guy. The Vulture's played by
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is his name?
Michael. Is it Michael? Not Michael.
No, what the fuck is his name? I don't know. It's like Keaton. Michael Keaton. Yeah. I like Michael Keaton. I think he's cool.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a fun villain.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
It was kind of like added a real life element to it too as well. Like you see the aftermath of the first Avengers movie with like New York being destroyed and what kind of ramifications that has for people that live there. Like he was the villain because his job was taken away from him because of that shit. So it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty sympathetic villain, I'd say.
Michael Keaton was Batman.
Oh, true.
Thanks, Matt.
Do you guys remember the first Thor movie? I know where I want to put this, but I'm curious where you guys think it should go.
D tier for me.
Yeah, Matt, what about you? What do you think?
Really? It might just be rose-tinted glasses for me. I thought it would be better than a D.
No, it's pretty bad.
It's not good. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but like the main thing that Thor fights is like that goofy fucking robot thing. It's really underwhelming. I don't think there's a
robot. I don't even remember that.
Like you remember at the end, he fights that like big like robot that shoots the beams.
Oh yeah, actually kind of looks like Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy, but massive.
Yeah,
shoots like the giant. They're in the diner, right? And they go and fight it out in the street.
Yeah, Natalie Portman was the best part of Thor. Yeah,
but even their romance was so boring. Like there was no chemistry.
Don't you ever fucking say that about Natalie Portman? Now you're getting carried away.
I'm insulting her. She's
yes, you
fine.
did. Yes, you did. Jesus fucking.
When people are saying that what I'm saying is Dark World.
That is the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
The robot wasn't in Dark World. What?
Yeah, wait, what? Wasn't the Dark World like goblins from a different dimension or something?
Yeah, here, look. I even have the fight scene pulled up. It's like that spiky robot guy.
All right, so we are right.
Yeah, that's the end of Thor 1. I'm looking at
And
it right
somebody
now.
said Dark World was the elves idiots, so I trust that guy.
Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Dark World is it's another James Corden entry.
It is. Oh man, it's so bad. Yeah, but it was the elves. You're right. The goblin elves.
Yeah, the little hunchback dude, pointy ears. Yeah, I would personally go C for Thor 1, but like I said, that's pretty much just pure nostalgia for me. I can remember nothing about the movie clearly.
They have the Thor's hammer in like the crash site. Natalie Portman's one of the scientists
Oh
there,
yeah,
and
all
then
the
he comes
scientists and stuff. Yeah, I can agree.
It's
with
a
you.
pretty fucking boring movie.
It does not stand up to Marvel movies at all.
It's just not fun to watch.
No, it's a really fucking boring movie. And I don't know why people... There's one guy in chat that is really saying, Charlie, that robot fight is in the middle. I have it pulled up right now. The Thor ending fight is Thor against this goofy spike robot. It's very underwhelming. And Thor Dark World is a James Corden all day.
Yeah,
I'm in agreement.
I don't disagree. I don't know. Is it worse than Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I think it's on equal footing. I wouldn't necessarily say one is worse than the other. They're equally dog shit.
Alright. Well, now I have something to gauge it to. And I agree, though. I think it's a James Corden, easy.
The best
Now,
thing
on
about
the other
every
hand...
Thor movie is always Heimdall.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
I love him.
Loki is the final
On the other
fight.
hand, though, maybe the biggest
Well, then this title
what
is
do you call it,
wrong.
like surprise
Is it tier 1
is
Noonie?
Thor Ragnarok. That's gonna be like a Stan Lee for me.
It's
I fucking
probably
love that
it's
movie.
probably one of my favorite movies from the
I
MCU.
thought they killed it. I was so nervous with that movie. I thought they were trying to, like, before I saw it, I thought they were trying too hard to copy the formula from Guardians of the Galaxy after it went so well. And then they just did it really well.
Yeah,
It's just
Taika
so much
Waititi really
character in that
fucking
movie.
saved Thor.
Yeah, that movie was great.
It was so fucking good.
Look at that list though. Thor is a character of extremes. You have him up in Stan Lee and you have him down in James Corden.
Yeah.
He's like the yin yang. He's two sides of the same coin.
It was so good. Fucking
He
Jeff
saw the bottom
Goldblum.
and bounced back.
Oh. Taika Waititi is such a good director, man.
Yeah, that
I
movie-
didn't. So I love him. I love him as as a director, but I really didn't like him in Free Guy.
He was way too over the top in Free Guy, I think. I think he just went a little too hard there and kind of missed the mark. But as a director, I think he hasn't missed yet.
Thor Ragnarok might be the last movie I saw in theaters.
Jesus Christ,
In terms
what?
of any movie,
Any movie.
it was that good. You just said no more.
Yeah, I said how nothing is going to top this. No, I don't go to theaters very often.
True.
Wait, we went and saw 1917 together.
No, we didn't. Shut the fuck up.
Now
Yeah,
you
you're
just,
right.
Now you just made him look dumb.
All right,
Gaslighting you like that.
1917 is the last movie I saw in theaters.
That was a good movie too.
That was a great movie. Let's put that on this tier.
Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I did like his cameo in that.
He was one
Just
of the pilots.
slowly being a janitor through the foxholes during the war.
I think Avengers goes A tier for me. I don't think it's as good as Infinity War, but it is still very good, and it was
Is that
very
just base Avengers?
Yeah, it's just base Avengers.
Yep, that's a good movie. I'd say A as well.
Yeah, it's just
think A.
it's just not as good as Infinity War, so that's what keeps it out of Stan Lee. But it was like the culmination of so many years of work and the first of its kind. It was also just a really enjoyable movie.
Yeah, really set the stage for the rest of Marvel.
That was one of the first times I can recall people just talking about movies super frequently, because so many
True.
people in the real world were talking about the Avengers.
Everybody was talking about the Avengers.
It was a new
Honestly,
thing, right?
Yep.
Similar to how they did with Iron Man 1, I'd say, except on a bigger level.
Except, like Charlie
Makes
said,
me
this is
Eddie
the
and
culmination of
Pokemaster.
movies like Iron Man. It took it to the next level.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they give you the 10
Yeah,
gifts of
I think
Silent
it's
Sniper.
impressive what they
Thank
were
you,
able to
Sniper.
accomplish, especially when there was no template beforehand to, judge it off
Right.
or base it off. They really had to lay the foundation themselves. Pretty impressive.
Have you guys watched it recently?
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I should go back.
I
Go
will
back and
say,
see.
I will say I did watch it fairly recently, and like within the last year, and I would say that it is less good than I remember. But I think that's more of a testament to like how good the
new ones are.
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
That was a good movie for its time.
Yeah.
What's this next one? I can't see the bottom.
WandaVision.
Oh, I haven't actually watched that yet.
D tier for me.
I was gonna go D tier because it really fucking falters towards the end. Did you like the ending, Jackson? Like the last couple of episodes?
Don't spoil it.
Oh, are you gonna watch it?
No, you fucking spoil it. I'll never watch it.
Well, I don't know about chat then. If you're kind of in that boat.
I think it was pretty recent. It came out like this year, right?
No, I think it was late last year, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I watched it this year
Let's see.
though.
WandaVision.
And honestly, like super forgettable to me.
It was this year.
Oh, I'll pull it out of D tier. The first 3 or 4 episodes I did like, and I liked the direction they were going, and then the last 2 episodes they completely fucking jumped the shark, and I think they ruin it. I think they completely ruin everything they did.
I don't remember the ending, to be honest. I don't remember much about it. Just that, like you said, the first like few episodes were pretty unique and well done and interesting. But I think most of it is forgettable. I'd be fine with D tier. I just don't think it's on the same level of Thor.
That's fair. I don't think it'd be on the same level as those there either. I'm fine with putting it in C.
This next one I have not seen.
Is it next one Loki?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Have either of you guys seen this?
I have not.
This was so fucking boring. I watched the first 2 episodes. I couldn't finish it. It was so boring. It was so incredibly boring. Yeah, I couldn't finish it. That's why we didn't voice meter it.
These are the characters that are going to be continuing on the mantle of Captain America, right?
Yeah, it was just so boring. I couldn't stand it.
Yikes.
Well, that's not good.
I don't know if I'd give it an F, though. F's a little too harsh. It's worse than WandaVision, so I'll give it a D.
Okay, that's fair.
It was too boring to finish. I'm sure maybe towards the end they might have found their footing, but I wasn't ready to invest another fucking 2.5 hours or whatever it would have taken to keep watching. It was so boring.
Oh, it's a show, not a movie.
Yeah, it's a show.
Gotcha. Okay, I was gonna say that would be a weird one to make a movie out of, since no Chris Evans.
Yeah. Well,
there's gonna be no Chris Evans anymore anyway.
No,
yeah,
I know.
This is setting this up for like who's taking over.
Right. Just giving them their own standalone movie would have felt like a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
This
one's Loki.
I've not watched that either, but I really want to.
You should absolutely. This one fucking bang,
I've
Jackson.
only heard good things.
I have not watched it.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. All right, Loki's fucking great. I wouldn't give it Stan Lee, but I think Loki is super fun. And Owen Wilson is in it. Owen Wilson is so likable.
Put it in Stan Lee.
No, I can't do that.
You love Owen Wilson?
I love Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson's amazing.
Stan Lee.
He's like a little puppy dog.
I know. Stan Lee would have loved Owen Wilson too, I bet.
I bet you he did. I bet you part of Stan Lee lives on.
You know what? I'm going to go the opposite direction. I think Stan Lee prohibited Owen Wilson from being in any Marvel movies. And that's why he was only able to be in a Marvel movie after he died.
Yeah, Owen Wilson was actually supposed to be Iron Man, little known fact.
Oh, could you imagine?
He wakes up in the cave in Iron Man 1. Wow.
It's so good. It's hard to talk about without spoiling anything, but it is a really interesting movie, and it sets.
What's the best part?
No, I've been looking for a new show to watch, and I forgot about Loki, so I should actually watch that.
No, you're not allowed to watch Loki. You're going to be watching Captain America and the Winter Soldier first.
All right, here I'll defend myself if you want to spoil it.
No, I'm not going to spoil it. A lot of people in chat probably haven't seen it either.
All right.
As your tier 1 Godlocked
literally
and
only
Invader
heard,
Pluto.
Good things about it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Somebody said Owen Wilson as Thor would be a dream, but you know what actually would be amazing is Owen Wilson as the Hulk.
Oh,
Hulked out Owen Wilson. Oh,
fuck yeah!
Him doing the line, "I'm like that's my secret. I'm always angry." Oh,
counterpoint: Owen Wilson as Black Widow. Pretty hot.
His long golden locks. You see him from the back in the latex suit. You don't know it's him until he turns around in slow motion.
That would be fucking intense.
Oh, that would be such a good movie.
Yeah, that'd be hot.
I can't believe we don't direct Marvel.
True.
There's no Black Widow anymore, right? She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
No, how sad.
Well.
Shang-Chi, where do we want this one? Have you guys seen it?
I haven't seen it. I've heard great things.
Fresh off the boat, that's going an A for me.
That's what I like to hear. The martial arts was so fucking good, wasn't it?
The first half of the movie was just so good.
It was so fucking good.
Do you have any issues with the movie? Because I do. And
Yep.
let me just take the mic for a second. Why didn't they just let the martial arts go for the entire movie?
That's what I fucking said. That is what I said.
Just ending the movie on just.
I'm dropping it to B just for that.
A kaiju boss fight is just so boring. Dude,
I know. That was my biggest complaint. They set up the entire first half of the movie fucking perfectly. The martial arts was the focal point. It was so good, and they mixed in like the 10 Rings magic and stuff, which was still cool. But it was in conjunction with martial arts. And then
you made so many people mad, by the way.
To drop it to B?
No, by spoiling it.
Well, he didn't spoil it though.
Yeah. Wait. What?
That's not a spoiler to say the second half doesn't. That's even in the moist meter.
He said the final enemy.
It's just a kaiju boss fight, yeah? That's not a spoiler.
Alright, I guess it's a half spoiler.
Is it?
I mean, it's not even really that. It's just like that's what it would fall into, I guess.
I thought you were about to say it's not really even that, and then say exactly what it was.
No, it's not exactly what that is. I think he did a good job of avoiding spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm mad. I'm saying a lot of people are mad.
Well, first of all, why are you coming to a Marvel tier list? And like, come on,
this is still in theaters. This is literally only its second week in theaters. To be fair.
All right, well, fine. We won't talk about it anymore, but it's A tier for me.
I love the main actor, Simu Liu. He was the main actor, or one of the actors of one of my favorite shows on Netflix, Kim's Convenience. It's like a goofy little show. And I don't know if you saw, he actually tweeted at Marvel or Disney saying they should make this movie with him as the lead actor, and they did.
That's actually fucking great.
Yeah, he's a super cool guy.
I saw him on Instagram. He made a post laughing at all of the YouTubers that said his movie was gonna fucking flop and that he sucks. So he made a caption that just screenshotted all those and said "lol," and people lost their mind.
That's amazing. I like him a lot. He's such a.
I'm putting it back in A tier because of that. I really like that Instagram post.
He's charismatic for sure.
Oh yeah, and he was a stock photo model, so people keep finding those photos of him from way back when.
The first half of that movie I think is absolute golden Marvel Cinematic Universe shit. It's so good.
I agree.
I'm excited to see it.
Black Widow, I'm thinking F. I don't think it's James Corden level, but it's real stinky.
I only heard bad things.
Have you seen it, Jackson?
Not seen it.
It's very bad. Okay, it's fucking trash. This one I feel confident saying a little bit more about. The main bad guy at the end, his superpower is smell. He's stinky. So, like, if you smell him, you're in trouble. And I think that is so incredibly goofy. I think it is so stupid. And since Black Widow as a character is already out of the MCU, from, like, the previous movies, we already know that. It just seems like a worthless movie that came at the worst time.
Huh. Wait, I remember being shocked after you saw the movie, you said it wasn't terrible.
No, I never said it wasn't terrible. I mean, as a movie, it's not terrible. But for the Marvel movies, it's not good. It's definitely one of the weakest.
I just was so shocked that you didn't.
No, like as a movie, I mean, it works. Like it's a fine movie. But we're looking at these movies in relation to the other Marvel movies.
Yeah, no.
So the two movies that you hate the most are just because the main antagonist vibrates too much or smells.
Or smells.
No, that's not why I hate Ant-Man and the Wasp that much. It's just a really bad movie overall. Like, it's not good. The action's bad when there is action. They don't even really use the growing and shrinking very much in the movie until the end. It's just a really uneventful movie that has a really unsatisfying conclusion where the villain and the heroes are on the same side the entire time. So why are they even at odds? They could just work together, which they eventually do at the end anyway. It's just a dumb movie. It's a really fucking dumb movie.
Is the antagonist the same guy from Stranger Things?
In what, Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No. So the antagonist in Black Widow, I think I remember seeing that the Stranger Things cop is in it. Is it him? Is he the antagonist?
No. He's one of the helpers. He's a good guy. He's Captain Russia. He's a big Russia guy.
Okay.
Forgot what his name is. It's like the Red Star or something. Red Shining Galaxy Star Man. He's fine. David Arbor. I think he's fine. Like, he doesn't really do anything. The only character that really does anything is Scarlett Johansson and her sister. Other than that, no one really does much.
Yep, fair. I'm fine with F.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen it, so
it's bad.
And so I'm with you. I agree.
Compared to all the other ones, it's pretty bad. And then I haven't seen What If. I'm assuming none of you have either.
When did that come out?
Brand new.
it's still ongoing, I think, isn't it?
Oh, is that the animated one?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna put it at C because we have no opinion on it, and there's not like a tier for ones we haven't seen.
Just throw it in C.
Is it still ongoing? Is it unfinished?
Yeah, it's only like 3 weeks in, I think.
Oh, it's a full show.
Yeah, it's a show.
Can they stop that? Except for Loki?
The shows are good, man. Like, well, granted, I didn't like Winter Soldier at all. Yeah. And I liked WandaVision for the first 4 episodes. Like, I think Marvel shows have a very bright future.
All right, keep making them, Marvel.
Yeah, keep making those bad boys.
I know they take my opinion into account a lot, so.
These are MCU movies. Deadpool is not MCU. Is it?
Not yet. I don't think so.
No, yeah, I don't think it is.
Oh wait, he
Exit
so
201 Black,
I think
and
he
the Reese of
mentions other
Cucumber and
Marvel
Prime
superheroes and stuff,
McKenna.
but they don't mention him. So I think he's in his own self-aware universe, but they're not.
Okay.
It's weird.
All right, do we count Ghost Rider?
Oh god, I used to love that movie as a kid.
That movie was fucking good.
Have you seen it at all recently, Matt? It fucking sucks. It's a trash.
Is it bad now?
It's fucking trash. But Nicolas Cage, oh, I love it.
Oh, I remember watching
Exit Tier
that
1
as a kid,
Deformed
thinking
Bear.
he was such a fucking badass.
Yeah, no, it's a good bad movie.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out again soon.
Yeah, Spirit of Vengeance is a pretty cool bad movie though. Yeah, I think this is all for the MCU. I don't think Daredevil Netflix is MCU, is it?
I would not think so.
No, that was before TV shows were included in the universe.
Okay, and then I don't think Agents of Shields is then either, is it?
Same deal. Yeah.
People are saying that it is.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't know. They're just saying that it is. I don't know what that's in
Okay,
reference
never
to.
mind.
You're saying
I
that
really
they-
liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. For the first 2 seasons, I think, and then it got a little stinky.
They're saying that they both are MCU.
I'm seeing mixed responses. I don't know.
Is Jessica?
I would think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is because they make a lot of like callback jokes and stuff to the movies, so I would assume it follows actual canon.
Okay, well, they're not on this list.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
We'll do a blanket that they all go into C tier except Jessica Jones. Have you guys seen?
Exactly.
Have you guys seen Jessica Jones?
Oh yeah, I actually did watch that.
Did you watch the second season?
No, I didn't know there was a second season.
At least I think it's the second season, right? That show is awful.
Let's see, is there a second season?
Like the first one's with the guy that can influence people, like make them do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And then the second season, at least I think there's a second season. I can't remember, but I remember like her big thing is
that
like
she was super edgy.
well, she was like moderately stronger than a normal human being.
Yes.
Like
Not
very,
super strength.
like just very barely stronger than a normal human being.
Yes.
So she can't lift up any cars, but she can lift the back of it up just enough to let somebody slide out.
She was like a human on adrenaline.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, if someone had an adrenaline rush, that was Jessica Jones. It was so goofy. Like I remember like one time, and I talked about this on the podcast, Jackson. You remember Quickster? I showed you that clip where the yeah, that's Jessica Jones. Yeah, Quickster, he's like a rather large guy who can kind of run almost fast. So Jessica Jones tracks down Quickster and he throws like a little box at her and it's in slow motion and she hits the box and then Quickster kind of very slowly but a little fast scurries away and Jessica Jones jumps out of a window to try and catch him and then Quickster falls victim to like some scaffolding falling on him.
Scaffolding falls on him, yeah.
It's such a bad show. I think Jessica Jones is absolutely awful.
Is that entire universe just filled with people who have superpowers but not really? Like it's just half superpowers?
Yeah, it's like moderately different from human beings. It's believable. Like I feel like someone out there is as strong as Jessica Jones because she can just very barely be a little stronger than a human being.
And this guy can just run fast.
Not very fast, but
Yeah.
kind of
Like
fast.
Usain Bolt.
No, not
Usain
no.
Bolt could beat him.
No, Quickster was not that fast. So, like the actor, I wish I could show the clip on here. The actor himself can't run very fast, and he doesn't have good form. So they speed up his footage, and he still doesn't go very fast.
Oh no,
So it's really goofy. I think that whole show is awful.
that's not good. People keep saying the Punisher. Punisher was good.
No, it's not Quicksilver. His name is the Quickster, not Quicksilver.
Quicksilver's dead.
Jackson.
He is. That's not a spoiler. That's been the case for at least 5-6 years.
Yeah, for a long time. Somebody said, "Why is Captain Marvel so high?" Somebody also said Matt waits for Charlie to state his opinion and then agrees.
That's
to
not true.
Avoid contradiction. People always say this. We just agree a lot.
Oh, also, I was wrong. I've misrepresented Jessica Jones. His name is the Whizzer, not Quickster.
Oh, that's far better.
Yeah, the
That's
Whizzer.
a much better name.
Maybe speed wasn't his superpower. Maybe it was something
He
completely
just was
different.
lying because he didn't want to tell you his real one.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
just pisses a lot. That's a cool superpower.
It'd be good for the MCU if they never make that canon, I think.
Oh god.
All right, so that's Marvel down. Did we want to do Star Wars or save that for another day?
I would like to do it just so that I can edit both of the Liquidators and get them ready.
I have a call at 6. If you guys would like to start on that one, I can always jump in when I'm back.
How many Star Wars properties are there, Jackson, in this tier list?
That's all of them. There is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
No, that's not bad. Oh!
Jesus.
My alarm.
We can do them another day if you want.
I don't mind doing them today. I would just have to come in late.
So these are just, what are these main Star Wars cinematic universe lines?
Yeah, so it's got everything, animations as well, like the Clone Wars and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I see
TV
that.
shows. But the movies mainly.
Is this even enough for a tier list? This is well, I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. You're very passionate.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, the main person we need here is Jackson. I haven't even seen most of the new ones. So
You haven't
I
seen
said
them?
the new ones.
Okay.
Not really, Miles. Kinda.
Yeah, you should still see them though. They're history.
No, I honestly wouldn't recommend the new trilogy to even my worst enemy. I think they're just bad
Let me
movies.
Look up the new trilogy to make sure I haven't seen all of it. I remember the first one that came out of the new trilogy. I remember it very well because I was passing a kidney stone.
That sounds about as much fun as watching one of the new trilogy movies.
Let's see. Can I just get a list here? What was the first one of the new trilogy?
Force Awakens.
Yeah, Force Awakens.
All right, yeah, that's the one.
Pretty much everyone saw that movie.
Yeah, I definitely saw that one. And then
The Last Jedi, which is like the most what do you call it, divisive movie.
Oh, that's the one where they put the salt on the other salt, the red stuff on the salt, and he walks out as a hologram thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one. I saw it. No kidney stone that time.
Bet you wish you had one watching that movie though.
Probably, yeah.
Spoilers. Jesus.
And then the last one. What happened in that one?
Everything went wrong. It was a disaster.
Man.
All right. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
There is only one thing on this list that I haven't seen.
Is that Reels or Rebels?
No, I've seen Rebels. I haven't seen Resistance, the one next to it. I don't even know what that is.
I've never seen that either. I've never even heard of it, but it looks like some kind of Lego thing.
Yeah,
Silver
maybe.
Spirit said he Googled it, and the wizard can run at a top speed of 100 miles per hour.
Whoa!
That's pretty good.
That
Wait,
is.
that's way faster than Usain Bolt.
Thanks to the reset, Bleh. Let's just knock this out today. I'm going to take a little tinkle real quick. Matt, you got a phone call, so then Jackson and I can just start then.
Yep. Perfect. I'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
Okay, and I'll talk to you in a second. Jackson's going to go pee-pee.
Wait.
I'm gonna go pee as well.
Oh, I'll stay.
Be right back.
Bye, Mooders. I have 2 minutes till my phone calls. It's just me and you guys for 2 whole minutes. You're cool, Shaggy Stone. Now we're alone with Matt. That's what everybody comes here for. I know it to be true. Matt, the funny guy. Hello, everybody. I love you too. How am I doing? I am sick today. I'm trying to be perky, but I'm sick, and I'd like to go to sleep. Any stream soon? Once I'm done being sick, yes. Why am I sick? I don't actually know. I tested negative for COVID twice, so I think we're good there. Remember the Islanders? Ah! I'm sick every day. Oh, thank you. Sorry for the alarms going off. Do I have lepra? Maybe. Yeah, let me kick... I have the power to kick both Charlie and Jackson out of here. Not that that does anything to Charlie on stream. That's what I do, some space. Do I have Ligma? What's Ligma? No, I don't have COVID. No COVID. I am losing my voice, though. Thank you, sleepy bugger. What's my Twitch name? Super Spicy Matt. Yeah, there you go. Somebody beat me to it. Can I scream for you? Oh, hurts too much.
Alright, I'm back.
Perfect. Just in time for me to hop on my call.
How long are you gonna be?
I would guess 10 minutes.
Sounds
So
good.
you guys start and I'll join in. Have fun. They're all yours.
Okay.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
What should we
I'm
rate
fucking back, baby.
Resistance, chat?
Thanks to tier
'Cause
one
neither
Omdat.
Charlie or I have seen it, so we'll be counting on you.
I'm back.
Hey.
Are you
All
ready?
right. Star Wars tier list, baby. It's what I was born to do.
All
Everything in S tier.
Do you want? Do you want to change the tiers? I think the top tier should be Darth Jar Jar.
Dude, I was gonna say that too. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Darth Jar Jar is the most fun fan theory ever.
Yeah, I love it. And then F tier can just be normal Jar Jar. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit.
And then A tier can be Rap Jar Jar. When we had the guys.
Well, beatbox Jar Jar. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Just all Jar Jar tiers. No, fuck it, I'm not creative enough to come up with more Jar Jars.
I think that's good enough. And then you have Master Knight and Padawan in between. I think that's fine.
Wait, what about regular Jar Jar where Padawan is, and at the end we can have
James
Jar Jar Cordan? Jar Jar Cordan, perfect. Just leave it like that. You don't need to respect his last name.
No.
Right?
Otherwise, people might be confused who we're talking about.
Yes, who is this Codron? Jar Jar Codron.
Wait, what's this? Is this New Hope? This one right here?
Yep, that first one is A New Hope. Star Wars movie made in like 1977. What do you think? Where would you put that?
I haven't seen the original trilogy since college, so it's been like 6 years for me. I really liked rewatching them. New Hope wasn't my favorite though.
Okay, interesting.
I think it's very good, but my favorite was actually Return of the Jedi.
Whoa, okay,
Yep.
That's not what I expected at all.
Mhm.
All right, so A New Hope.
But
would
you-
go in
yeah.
A for me. It would go not at the top, but yeah,
Beatbox Jar Jar.
Yeah, and the reason why is I think it sets up the universe pretty well. It's got an interesting story, and it was like ahead of its time in terms of like effects and stuff. Yeah, I just think it's an impressive movie for the time.
When was the last time you saw it?
I watched them all like every 2 years maybe, so probably last Christmas I would say.
Okay, that makes sense
Yeah.
then. Did you see? Well, I don't know if this is even like anything out there, but I know that the movie was immediately labeled as like dog shit and saved with editing. Is there like an unedited version? Like, is there anything like that exists? Because I'd be very curious to see what it looked like before it was saved.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think it exists. But the story is that his wife had to take over and start editing for him. I think her name's like Marsha, um, Marsha Lucas, I think. So yeah, she saved the film basically. George couldn't do anything right.
So does George even deserve most of the credit then?
I don't think so. Yes, because he had the original idea, I guess, and he's an alright director, I suppose. But he's like a one-hit wonder, really. The movies he did before that weren't great by any means.
Thanks for some
She
gold
got an
band.
Oscar for it too, so she's alright.
His wife got an Oscar for the editing?
Yeah, the editing really did save it.
So she was the one that introduced all the fucking goofy transitions that still exist in all the movies today?
Yeah, those like cliches still exist. Those
Yeah. Windows Movie Maker effects.
window what are they called? Windows wipes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think this is just history. I don't think it belongs anywhere under A.
I agree. That's fine. Episode 2, you and I actually watched the new trilogy not too long ago. You fucking hated this movie. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you're such a weird man.
Why? It's a fun movie.
It was so bad.
They have like they have the goofy little gladiatorial fight at the end where he's like, this is easy.
Oh my god, it's an F tier for me, but you
No.
explain yourself. It's James Corden for me. I mean, Jar Jar Corden.
You would Jar Jar Corden this?
It is. If there was a tier below Jar Jar Corden, it would be going there.
You make me say, Jackson, you didn't even dislike it that much. You're just trying to appease the hardcore Star Wars fans. It's
No,
not
don't
that
you
bad.
dare besmirch my
And then
name.
they have Yoda fight Count Dooku, and then
It's so bad. It doesn't even look cool.
how's it not cool? He catches little lightning. He's like, ooh. And then he throws a little debris on top of Anakin. It is a so bad it's good movie. I think it is very fun.
What about the fact that Natalie Portman is like totally fine with Anakin slaughtering a whole city, and they fall in love just like that for no reason?
But they killed his mommy. She's like, you know what? I'd probably do the same thing too. I'd commit genocide if that happened to me too.
He died immediately as soon as he showed up. Who's to say he didn't kill her?
Well, that's an interesting theory, I suppose.
What if he was so angry and stressed about the whole situation he reached down and like force choked her to death?
Now we're getting pretty deep. I don't think you have enough proof there for like Darth Jar Jar levels of intricacy, but I'd be curious to explore it.
So where are you putting this? You know where I'm putting it.
Well, I'm averaging R2. If it was me, I'd put it in night. This would be
Really?
yeah.
You loved it when we watched it.
I liked it.
Stop sucking its dick.
I had a good big smile on my face for most of that movie. I had a goofy fucking grin. I thought it was super fun. You know, you have C-3PO going through like the fucking industrial machines and shit. It's good.
I thought it was fucking awful, and I've always thought it was awful.
You
even
did-
as a kid. Even as a kid, I was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
You are putting on a strong face for the 5 Star Wars fanatics in here, Jackson, that are trying to parrot
swear,
that idea.
Chad.
It is
I swear, fellow
you
Star
did
Wars
not
fans, I'm with you.
you did not hate it that much when we rewatched it. You did not.
Well, that's just because we were watching it together and goofing around. That's always a lot more fun. No, I distinctly remember saying like, "What the fuck are you going on about? Why do you like it so much?"
I recorded those, Jackson. I still have the proof. You don't want
Yeah,
me to you don't want me to release those tapes.
Release it, I dare you. I'll just come out with my own press release saying it's edited. Deepfakes.
Marshall Lucas took hold of this one as well. It's a fucking fine movie. It's not great. It is a so bad it's good fun ride of a movie.
So bad it's good. I don't think so. I don't think it's not cheesy. Well, it is cheesy.
It is
but
super
it's not-
cheesy.
It's not fun enough. I don't.
And it's even important in today's society, Jackson, because now we have the meme from it where it's you're gonna help, right? Right? You remember that meme with the Anakin? You know what I'm talking about. That's from this movie.
Oh yeah. You're right. So that should be going even lower then, because it contributed to memes, right? You hate memes.
No, I don't like memes, but I'm just saying it's an important movie.
Oh my god.
Is the prime flat?
What about the whole Camino arc? Do you like that? Where the planet's missing for some reason?
I think that's great. Yeah.
The political intrigue there. The only thing I like about the Clone Wars is that like it kind of makes Sidious look kind of cool because he planned everything from the start. That's about it.
I don't even remember it establishing that.
Remember, Sidious put the clone army plan in motion.
Oh, right.
He
Yeah,
was-
because they went to that planet where the clones are getting made, and they established that. And they met Jango Fett.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, you meet Jango Fett. Like, that's super fucking cool.
But they turned Jango Fett into like a bitch, and same with Boba. Although, all right, okay, it did have the cool Jango Fett Slave One, what do you call it, concussion bomb sound effect, and that was pretty cool. All right, I'll go Jar Jar for it.
All right, then I'll keep it there. I think I would personally put it in Knight, but I'll average this together and we'll keep it in Jar Jar. Like the resub Rogue and Cisco's.
What's next?
Rebels. I've never seen this. You've seen this, I guess.
It's a children's show. It's pretty standard. I think it's worse than Clone Wars. I'd put it in Jar Jar as well. Oh, actually, maybe Knight.
Well, tell me a little about it. Is it cool at all? Anything cool happen?
It's just a story of like a youngling who survives past the Order 66 stuff, and then a Jedi who's in exile trains him, and they go on a few hijinks and stuff. You see the conclusion of the Ahsoka and Darth Vader story, at least currently. There's some cool moments and stuff, but it's still just like a children's show. I don't know. It's alright. I wouldn't say it's like super bad or anything, but it's not to the same level as like Clone Wars in my mind.
Okay, then I'll keep it in Knight. And you haven't seen this one, right?
No, I don't. I don't know what that one is.
I'll just put it in Jar Jar Corden because it's for kids, and Star Wars is not meant for kids. It's for adults.
People are saying that it's Corden, so that sounds about right. I haven't heard anything about it, so I can't imagine it's good.
Okay, then I'll just keep it in Corden.
Return of the Jedi, baby.
I fucking love Return of the Jedi. This is the most hated in the original trilogy, though, right?
It's the least liked. I don't know if I'd say hated.
I fucking like Return of the Jedi.
What's your favorite part about it?
I just like how everything culminates at the end. I think it's just a very satisfying movie. Like, there's no real complaints I have about Return of the Jedi.
My complaint is the Ewoks. Like, just
I love the what? You just hate fun. You literally just hate fun. You take your Star Wars too fucking seriously. The Ewoks are so good.
But then that's like how it. That's how it all concludes. Is the Ewoks save
Yeah,
the day?
the Ewoks are fucking great. And they make cute little noises. They're like
They're cute.
little teddy bears.
I think A tier for Return of the Jedi.
Well, yeah, I mean, Star Wars fans would have our heads if we put that at Darth Jar Jar. I understand that I'm in the minority opinion that I think it's the strongest of the original, but I stand by it.
I've met a lot of people that say that that's their favorite as well. And you're right, it does have a pretty satisfying conclusion with like the Luke and Vader scenes and Vader redeeming himself finally, like finishing the prophecy or whatever. There is strong elements there, and I like it. It's just I don't think it's S tier for me, at least.
That's fine. I mean, I'll let that ride.
All right, here we go.
This
is gonna be controversial.
I love Revenge of the Sith.
This is S tier for me.
I fucking love you. It's so good. Like,
It is so good.
set aside George Lucas's goofiness. Just throw that shit away. Every element in that movie I thought was a great idea, even if executed poorly.
I don't think a lot of it was executed poorly.
Some of it's pretty goofy though. Like
what?
The fucking Kenobi fight against Grievous. I think that's really goofy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that the Kenobi versus Skywalker.
No. Kenobi versus Grievous. I think it's really goofy.
I kind of loved that fight as well because it makes sense. He had to adjust his fighting style to accommodate for the four sabers.
Yeah, but it's kind of dumb. He like peels apart his titties and he's like, "There it is," and he fucking blasts it. It's pretty goofy.
But that made Grievous like that was the first introduction to Grievous. I'm pretty sure, at least. Wasn't actually maybe there was like a cartoon or something with him, but it was the first introduction on the big screen, and it made him pretty imposing. I think it made him look like otherworldly and cool.
No, I think Grievous is super cool, but I just think the fight was pretty lame. At least the way that he finally kills him, I think, is kind of lame. His death is cool, like it looks cool, like he fucking like melts inside out. But I just think like peeling apart and seeing a beating heart in his chest was kind of dumb.
So from that trilogy, though, I think Revenge of the Sith is the most cohesive movie. It's got the strongest elements, and it feels like a solid story. Like you have really cool emotional moments, and it's not held down by the previous two movies, which is good.
Absolutely, and I just thought of the biggest, goofiest thing, the fucking ending. I'm sure we can spoil the ending by now.
Oh, yeah.
Where she's like, she's actually totally fine, but she's lost her will to live, so she's dead.
She chose to die.
Yeah, it's fucking like it's super. There's so many dumb things in there, but I love the ideas. If you could have thought of a way to like actually have her die that wasn't like, yeah, she just decided she didn't want to live, so she just died.
I think I can explain this a little bit. I think it was
Tier one,
said by a
Roscoe.
medical droid, so they don't have a answer for like force-related injuries. But there's a rumor or I don't know fan theory going around that Palpatine reached out and killed her in that moment to ensure that Vader is completely under his control going forward, and that makes a lot of sense to me.
Oh, how the fuck would he do that? Did he have like a death note or something and give her a heart attack? How would he have reached out?
She was already kind of pretty much dead.
Yeah, but he wouldn't
just
have
had to
been.
manipulate it a little bit. Hey, he's a Sith Lord. He can do anything.
What is he
Come
gonna?
on.
What, he can't just like reach out and stop her heart. Like that hasn't been established.
Well, clearly he did.
No, as was explained by the advanced medical droid Jackson, she just lost her will to live.
Yeah, I guess that's more explainable. She chose to die, so she did.
Yeah. She said, "It's my time to pass on. Anakin is a bad guy."
See, that's what I love about George Lucas.
He's fucking dumb. He's just dumb.
He must have been hurt during his teen years because he wrote in a plot point where she dies from heartbreak.
Yeah.
George Lucas went full emo.
Yeah, he's been waiting to use that one.
It's such a good movie, though. It's got such great action scenes. It's got such great emotional moments. It's like, oh, it's so good.
Ewan McGregor also carries the fuck out of the acting in that movie.
All right, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think, what's his name? Anakin's actor's name?
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden, yeah. I think he was pretty bad in Attack of the Clones, but I think he brought it home for the third movie.
He did really well there, but I still think Ewan McGregor is the most likable part about the prequels.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
and you have the
Brian
scene
Hardick
where
parties.
fucking Mace Windu arrests Palpatine. Mace Windu. Fuck! Jesus, alright, I give up. I don't want to talk about Mace Windu anymore.
I really wish they brought him back. I will say one of my biggest complaints about the original trilogy is they didn't establish him as a very cool character. Like, they didn't show how fucking badass Mace Windu is. The extended universe does a good job. He has his own style. He's the only one with his own style, right?
Yeah, he's super powerful. Yeah, he has his own form. Yeah.
It's so fucking cool, but they didn't show any of that in the original trilogy.
I'm pretty sure he has his own rank as well. Like, so Yoda's legally the head of the Jedi Order, the Jedi Temple, but then there's also Mace Windu who serves like parallel in terms of powers and responsibilities. He's like, I think it's called like Jedi Blade Master or something cool.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's like this. He's just as like respected as Yoda.
Yeah, I just wish they did a little more with his character. I was praying they were going to bring him back for the new trilogy, and I know Samuel Jackson really wanted to come back too. I think they missed an opportunity.
I hated how quickly they killed off the 3 Jedi that went with him to arrest.
Yeah, who was it? Was Kit Fisto? Someone?
Kit Fisto, who's fucking fantastic. Who's also really good at lightsaber combat. But they killed them off immediately, which was a shame.
I used to love Kit Fisto just because the way he looked. I had the action figures when I was a kid, and I loved Kit Fisto's design. I used to play with him like in the bathtub. I used to make him fight some stormtroopers.
Oh, yeah.
Kit Fisto was so fucking cool.
There are a lot of cool Jedi that didn't get enough screen time. But this can't go under like an S tier though. Think about it. You got Order 66, one of the coolest moments in Star Wars history, where Palpatine finally like executes every Jedi possible, which is insane. And then you've also got like the Anakin and Anakin's fall to Sithhood, becoming Darth Vader. It's just so good.
I absolutely think that's S tier. You and I differ heavily on this next one though. Where do you want Rogue One?
Yeah, this is an A tier for me.
I couldn't fucking stand Rogue One. I found it.
Did we watch it together?
No. I found it to be very boring, and I really just didn't find it to be super satisfying. I like the ending because they bring in Darth Vader and he's super cool, but the whole journey I just felt was just kind of not interesting. I didn't care for the characters except the robot. I think they dreadfully misused Donnie Yin's abilities. He didn't really do a whole lot. He's just, I'm one with the Force is one with me, as he just like slowly walks getting shot at. Like, I just didn't really like the movie that much.
I just think it sets the stage and like provides context for A New Hope in a really smart, cool way. Like it fits that kind of period nicely, and it was pretty intelligently done. And just the whole end of the movie was just so fucking cool to watch.
I think the
and
end of the
enjoyable
movie is
to watch.
cool. Like, I think the end is cool. And they kill off the main character, which is pretty brave. I thought it was cool at the very end, but everything else was so fucking boring, and it just felt so meaningless. Well, meaningless is the wrong word. It just didn't. I wasn't interested because the characters weren't interesting to me.
I didn't hate the characters. I see what you're saying. Like there were a lot introduced and they didn't really do a whole lot. But I didn't hate them, so I wasn't like detached from it. And I think it had really cool visuals on that Jeddah planet where it blows up from the Death Star test, and then also from that rainy planet where she goes and sees her father. I just think there were really cool set pieces along the way, so I wasn't too bored. I guess I wasn't really bored at all, and I liked it. It's an A tier for me.
All right, we're gonna meet in the middle at B tier then at Master, because I would have given it Knight at best.
Yeah.
I like Solo, but I don't think it's a good Star Wars movie. What do you think about Solo?
Solo would be going in Master for me, so B tier.
That's even a little higher than I would have given it, and I actually like the movie.
I thought it was super enjoyable. I thought the characters were really engaging and fun to watch. I thought the places they went to were really fun. I didn't have any problems with it really.
Well, it's just so for me the thing is it just feels like a pretty generic sci-fi adventure, but like a really fun one. Like I don't think it does a whole lot in the Star Wars world. It didn't make me care much more about.
There's no real like large stakes or anything.
Yeah, it was all like it seems like a literal side quest that you would have experienced at some point in a video game like the Star Wars MMO. But I thought it was still pretty fun. Like I liked the journey and everything. It just doesn't feel like it has much weight in the universe.
Wait a second. We've got someone in chat who worked on Solo apparently.
Yeah, is it Andrew? Was it Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew does a lot of the 3D for a lot of big movies. Like Dune is his big upcoming one.
Oh, holy fuck.
I thought you were finally realizing that I've been in here for 10 minutes.
Oh.
Just listening, waiting.
Why didn't you say something?
Yeah, what the fuck, Matt?
Well, I knew Charlie wouldn't hear it because he's in streamer mode, but I thought for sure Jackson would have heard the ping.
No, I didn't.
Like some Croesus, wolf, and pumpkin.
You could have just said something.
I wanted to see. I was sitting here leaning back with my eyes closed, relaxing. Just wanted to see how it was going.
Well, do you have any opinions on Rogue One?
I did not like Rogue One, and I did not see Solo.
Okay.
So you and I are in agreement on Rogue One. Thanks for some Lucas.
Yes, I was not a big fan.
What did I say Solo was?
You said you were gonna give Solo Master. I don't think it's an A tier. I really this would be
Master is B tier.
Yeah, that'd be B tier. You're right.
I think it's fine.
Actually, I'd be fine with B tier now that I see that. Yeah, I think I'd be fine with B tier to be fair.
Alright, so we're in agreement.
It's a fun movie. I don't think it's a good Star Wars movie though. They should have just I don't even know what they would have done, but it just feels like such a forgettable is the wrong word, but meaningless movie.
I feel like I was tired of every Star Wars movie having like galaxy ending consequences and stuff. It was kind of nice to get like a more personal story.
I also like that they had Darth Maul at the end. That was cool.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was just cool to see him. What's this? Clone Wars?
I'm going to talk before Charlie does because people keep saying I agree with them. I love Clone Wars.
Me too, Matt. Oh my god, me too.
You and I...
Charlie, this is the old Clone Wars, so...
Mm-hmm.
It's the Clone Wars... is this the Clone Wars movies instead of the Clone Wars animated show?
Here, I'll
in
do
which case,
show.
F tier.
Yeah, I've never even seen the movie.
I didn't know there was a movie.
The movie was so fucking bad. Holy shit. So bad.
Is that Jar Jar Corden?
Yeah, that's Jar Jar Corden for me.
I didn't realize that. That's incredible.
The movies were so bad. Oh, God.
Okay, Matt, you and I talked about the Clone Wars. I don't remember liking the Clone Wars that much. I mainly remember the earlier seasons being pretty boring, and I don't remember a whole lot of the middle stuff. You and I, Jackson, watched the newest Clone Wars season, and I thought that was good.
It was really good, yeah.
But I don't remember a whole lot in between.
Owned the whole set on DVD.
So you're right, the first maybe 2 seasons are a bit of a slog to get through, but after that, the stakes rise, everything becomes cooler to watch, like the action and animation is improved, and it becomes really
Yeah, it definitely
enjoyable.
was much improved. I would also say the first two, I was so young when I watched them that they didn't feel like a slog, but looking back compared to the rest, it does not stand up to it.
I wish I watched it as a kid. I can't
Yeah.
believe I didn't.
I rented it, or I bought it on DVD before a plane ride and watched it on my portable DVD player.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
was great.
cool.
That is
So
pretty cool.
That's also probably why I love it so
Wait, so
much,
you
is I
said
had such a
Patek?
nostalgic feel for
Yeah.
the early seasons too.
Where would you two put it then? I only remember the early boring seasons. I like the most recent season though that you and I watched, but I don't have a strong opinion.
Overall, I'd actually give it an A.
Yeah, I was gonna say A. It's gotta at least be Master, but I would say Beatbox Jar Jar.
Yeah, it'll be Beatbox Jar Jar then. You wouldn't put it up there with Darth Jar Jar?
I would not.
What about you, Jackson? Would you put it at Darth Jar Jar?
I'd put some of the episodes of the later season up there in Darth Jar Jar, but we got to judge it on
Fair.
like a whole.
There are definite parts that are full S tier.
Yeah, but I think I've got to judge it as an entire package, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so A tier for me. There are some episodes that drag it down.
True Ski Master. Empire Strikes Back.
S tier for me. Oh my god, S tier. So good. Oh,
Matt.
It's a classic. S tier.
Which one are we talking about? Sorry, I was
Empire
reading something.
Strikes Back.
That's you'd go S tier?
I think it's the best Star Wars thing.
This is, keep in mind, Matt, in case you're a little confused, this is the one with I Am Your Father.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I guess. All right, so first time I watched it, I would agree with you, S tier, but I just have watched them so recently that they just feel like such shitty movies, which is really hard to say.
They're from 40 years ago.
Pretty hot take.
There's no way to say that they could stand up right now. They're just so old, but when I first watched it, yeah, it's great. I mean, you've got brothers kissing sisters. It's wonderful.
We do like that. We do like that.
Take that back. No! They're still good movies, but they look like shit right now.
That's fine. I get what you're saying.
In the Star Wars universe, though, I think you do have an argument, though, to put it in S that has a lot of the best moments of the Star Wars universe.
I don't think Star Wars would have survived without it.
Yeah, that movie slapped when it came out.
I watched that movie. I like it a lot. I still prefer Return of the Jedi, but I think Empire Strikes Back is the most important movie.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's so many just historic moments during it.
Yeah, that's true. You've got cutting out the guts to stay warm, brothers kissing sisters.
You got Yoda on Dagobah.
Yeah, that's true. It's honestly got like 90% of the most important issues.
Yeah, it's so good. And Luke finally becomes like a Jedi. And there's the whole like him struggling to come to terms with that. It's just such a classic movie. I love it. One of the easiest watches for me. What's next?
This one is Force
now
Awakens.
Now we get into some controversial stuff.
This isn't controversial. I mean, this is the new trilogy. The only almost decent new trilogy movie is The Force Awakens.
Agreed.
It is the only one with any redeeming qualities. Finn, I think, could have been a super interesting character, and they just fucking threw him away for nothing.
Yeah, I loved him. His actor was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a toss-up between B and C for me for Force Awakens, and a majority of that is just due to just the charisma of like Harrison Ford and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it still is a movie though. I don't think it's like a really great movie. It does pretty much everything the original trilogy did in one movie, with the addition of Finn. Finn was something brand new.
Yeah.
It hits the same beats for the most part. I just don't think it's like super great. I'd be fine with B though. B or C is fine with me.
I honestly can't decide. It'll have to be up to you two. I'm saying B or C.
What do you think, Matt?
I would go C.
Is that because of your kidney stone?
Yeah, because of my kidney stone.
It was gonna be an A for Matt, but
yeah. But now I'm being called James Corden in the chat for my initial opinion.
Oh, you don't want that evil.
Yeah,
on
so
you.
I'm gonna leave the call. I'll see you guys later.
Oh man. Matt.
I'm content with C. I think it's definitely the best of the new trilogy, but it's not that great. It really isn't.
Yeah, but,
It was
man,
an
I don't know.
entertaining movie. I did not regret seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
also think I enjoyed Rogue One and Solo more than it actually, so I'm fine with that.
haven't seen Solo. I remember thinking Rogue One was interesting. A little boring.
All right, who's ready for the next one?
I wonder how divisive this is going to be between us.
I think this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Which one is it?
This is The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a Corden all fucking day.
You see, this is going to be divisive. I think it's on the same tier as Attack of the Clones then. I think it's Jar Jar.
No fucking way.
I think the final movie is far worse. I think the final
I will concede the final movie is a lot worse, but I felt so personally offended after watching The Last Jedi for the second time. It's so bad. It's so
You
fucking
see,
bad.
I felt more personally offended over the last movie because if they had have made The Last Jedi stand for something or mean something in the end, I would have been fine with The Last Jedi.
Well, at least with I can't really defend either one, but The Last Jedi has like the most insulting character death ever, where they just fucking kill Snoke and he had never done anything. Like he was a completely worthless throwaway villain. Like he was hyped up in the first movie, you're like,
That's what
oh,
I mean.
this is gonna be a big bad guy, and then he just gets.
That's what I mean though. If they had have made Snoke mean something in the last
Oh,
movie
I see
other
what you're
than being
saying.
a vat test dummy for Palpatine again, it
I
would have been
get you.
far cooler. But instead, because of the fan backlash, they let that kind of shit dictate what happens in the last movie when there should have been a cohesive plan from the beginning.
Well, there
They
was
shouldn't have
no.
been making it up on the spot.
They kept flip flopping directors. They didn't have a plan to begin with. I don't
Yeah,
think.
which
I don't
is-
think it was fan pressure.
Well, no, it was a mixture of both. Clearly, like the reaction to Last Jedi definitely influenced the final movie. There's no way it didn't. But that's mainly because they didn't have a plan going forward anyway. They're just making shit up on the spot. But I do think the last movie was worse.
Yeah, well, I think you're also misremembering a couple scenes from The Last Jedi. Do you remember when Princess Leia has her Superman moment in space?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty fucking stupid. Do you remember when the girl crashes into Finn, when Finn was about to make like his actual huge character arc, an actual moment for the character that they had forgotten about?
Yeah.
It's like,
She goes out of her way to stop that moment from happening.
yep, and then make sure that the entire like rest of the people in the facility get blasted by the thing Finn was about to destroy.
And then she's all like, "We don't win this by fighting each other. We win it by loving each other." Or something.
I think the quote was, "It's not about fighting. It's not about killing to protect the ones we love. It's about loving or some shit." It was something about.
That's Rose, right?
Yeah, Rose.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
Fuck, what? It was so stupid. It was so fucking stupid.
Let's see.
I don't remember.
And then, oh my god, the entire middle half of that movie on the casino planet.
The casino having absolutely no bearing on anything ever.
Literally nothing.
Also, it's so bad.
Is
Anyway.
this the quote? That's how we're gonna win. Not fighting what we hate, saving what we love.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like, you idiot! You've got to fight
Gotta
what you
fight
hate,
what you
save
hate
what
to
you
save
love.
what you love.
It is literally saying the same thing. She is.
I totally forgot that the casino fucking filler arc existed in that movie.
Yeah, it was this movie. And they also had Phasma, who was at least hyped up to be something worthwhile,
Yeah,
and then she
Phasma
just
looked badass.
And then she just like, what was it? She falls into fire.
Yeah, that was after she falls in the trash compactor in the first movie too.
Yeah. Oh,
Really
it's
cool.
So
Their biggest
fucking dumb.
weakness is how clumsy their leader is.
Oh, it was so fucking stupid. I think The Last Jedi is the worst movie.
Man, you're making a good point, and I just remembered like the entire start where what's the part Poe shows up in front of the Star Destroyer and he makes like a prank call on them. But saying it out loud, it sounds like we're making a joke or like this is satire.
But
Or
it's the
something, but
actual movie.
This is actually like plot points from the movie.
Yeah. I also still think one of the stupider fucking things, like the entire movie takes place during like the lowest speed chase of all time, where they're like, oh, their engines are dead. We'll just sit here and fire nothing at them. You know, they could, just let them die out there or something. And then like the main casino thing happens is because the main captain of that ship didn't tell Poe anything. She's just like sitting out there dead with her thumb in her ass. So Poe's like, all right, we need to do something. Let's go to the casino. when all she needed to do was just share like a little idea, like a hint that she was trying to make something happen, and half of the movie would have not happened.
Just a bit of communication could have prevented a whole lot of unnecessary shit.
That's a life lesson right there.
Oh, it was
Although,
so stupid.
It did lead to probably my favorite visuals in probably the entire saga, which is when she like hyperspaced directly through the ship.
Yeah, that was
some of the
cool.
cool visuals.
That
Yeah,
was
some
very
of the
cool, but like that was so useless. It shouldn't have even come down to that if you just communicated her plan.
Yeah, I agree.
The whole movie was based off
was
of
a
all
really
the
cool
characters
visual,
being
though,
dumb.
you are right.
The only cool thing about that movie, I think, was that as well as Kylo Ren. I think Kylo Ren was cool throughout the entire trilogy.
Yeah, Kylo Ren's I think an interesting character. I think Ben Solo was cool.
And fun to watch,
Yeah.
But it doesn't save a bad movie. Yeah, I'm fine with F tier, by the way. But I think I felt more offended by the last movie, which is why I think I hated it more.
Okay, well let's finish off with that one then. So let's go to Mandalorian. I love Mandalorian.
Yeah, Mandalorian is so good.
Man, it is so good. It's got to be an S tier for me.
It's got to be Darth Jar Jar.
I agree. That show was fucking amazing.
It is so good. It is so fucking good. They in the first season though, I did get worried when they had that one. Well, I think it was one episode. They go to that planet and he like gives people sticks to fight the AT-AT. I thought that was trash. I didn't like that episode.
I knew that's the episode you were going to call out too.
I thought that was just a really bad episode, but then it found its footing again and it was great.
Yeah.
That's the only bad episode.
Yeah, I got a little worried when that happened.
No, I think it's such like a nice heartfelt story, and it like that as well as Jedi Fallen Order came out at a time when I was just not interested in Star Wars at all. Like it was my least, like I just didn't care about Star Wars at that point.
That's true. I had no interest in it at the time, and so many people told me to watch it, and it was so good.
It was.
I think it's single-handedly, well, along with Fallen Order, it like saved Star Wars for me because after the trilogy, just beating it to death in front of my eyes, it was just nice to have something that was good.
There was a public flogging of the Star Wars property by Disney. It was rough.
Yeah, so I think even if it's not, maybe it's not an S tier in terms of like the stakes or the filmmaking or anything like that, but it's an S tier in terms of like sentimental value.
It was
to
there
me.
when we needed it the most.
I think it was the most important thing for Star Wars to prove like they can actually make something good out of the universe because this is following the fucking worst one, Last of the Jedi. So it was very important that they got that right.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting how both the Clone Wars and Mandalorian are like run by the same guy? Almost like he should be leading Star Wars for the future.
Oh, that's a good take. That would be interesting.
That's Filoni. He did Clone Wars
Dave
too.
Filoni. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
he's a god.
There's Vanna
I worship him.
and Brown.
Wow.
This might get divisive. I like Phantom Menace a lot.
Phantom Menace.
I think it's great. I think it's very good. I think the hate that it gets is overblown.
The best.
The best? You think it's the best?
I certainly wouldn't say that. That was Matt. Don't put those words in my mouth.
No, that's what
Do
I'm
you
saying.
guys hear me? I didn't finish on the best.
Oh.
Well, what were you gonna say?
There was more to that statement. I was saying the best Jar Jar moments.
True. That was a Jar Jar highlight reel.
Yes, it was.
It was the last time Jar Jar was allowed any screen time.
I was sitting there. I was deafening myself over and over to see if that would fix my voice as you guys were just going, "Don't say that, Matt."
Yeah, you were about to go down a path we couldn't save you from.
Phantom Menace was phenomenal.
I think it's a good movie.
The only part I really love was like the end with Duel of the Fates and Maul fighting.
That's
Qui-Gon.
probably one of the best fights in the series, though.
I agree, but I don't love the whole rest of it really.
I still think it's fine though. Like Anakin and the pod racing and shit. I think
I was
all that's
literally
fine.
about to say the pod racing. Oh god, don't even get me started.
Plus, even like with the droid fights where Jar Jar takes like the little nutsack balls and he's like blasting
Jar Jar
them.
single-handedly won them that fight.
Yeah,
All
Jar
right?
Jar was a hero.
Yes, it was an accident, but he won that
Oh, yeah.
battle.
I would say for me it would be Knight, but it's yeah.
I think the hate that it gets is overblown. Like the young actor, the kid who played Anakin, had his whole life ruined from this movie.
Know. It's so sad.
It's so tragic. His
we should
life.
have known not to make Twitter based on that alone.
Yeah,
Don't
that
say
was
his
rough.
name. Don't send more people against him.
Yeah.
I think he gets more support than anything now. Most people,
everyone go support him.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
go send him lovely things on Twitter.
I definitely see the problems the movie had. Like for sure, it's not like a great movie, but I still think it's a good enough movie, and I think it sets it up pretty well. I don't have any like major complaints except Qui-Gon Jinn. I didn't think Qui-Gon Jinn was really cool until the end.
Really, I loved Qui-Gon as a kid.
I thought Qui-Gon was the coolest part of the movie for the most part.
I thought he was only cool at the end.
Qui-Gon was my boy growing up.
Yeah.
What?
Well, not like I was friends with him in real life. He was my favorite Jedi. Me and Qui-Gon go way back.
I definitely liked it more than Attack of the Clones for sure. Yeah, it's a night for me.
Oh, I'd have to go Master. I think it's very good. Well, good enough.
You clearly love the original, not the original trilogy, the prequels, because you've loved both.
Yeah, I really think a lot of people don't remember how enjoyable they are.
So you a bigger Star Wars fan than I am because you like decently like the originals and the prequels, whereas I'm more mixed.
I think they are decently fun films. Revenge of the Sith, I think, is the best. As you said, I definitely think it's the best of the prequels. I think it's up there with Empire Strikes Back, which is why they're both in Darth Jar Jar. And I don't think Episode 1 and 2 are that shitty. I really don't. I used to. I used to until you and I rewatched them. What was that? 2 years ago. And I was like, you know what? These are pretty fucking good.
I think it was last year.
No, it was at least 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was between Master and Beatbox Jar Jar, so Master it is.
Good. Welcome to the right side of history.
And finally, I think we can all agree this one goes in Jar Jar Corden as well.
This is Jar Jar Corden.
For sure.
This is a Jar Jar Corden
I haven't
Schumer.
even seen it, so I'll just agree.
I have never been more offended. Like, I felt sick watching this movie.
Really?
Matt, it is so bad. Even if you don't know, even if you know nothing about Star Wars, the movie itself is absolute dog ass.
God.
It is a load of dog nutties. It is rough.
I'll have to watch it.
It had so much relying on it. It had like the entire franchise relying on it, and not only did it not accomplish kind of like just making me entertained, it genuinely offended me. Like you did the worst possible job at the most important time. Like how stupid do you think we are?
I'm actually very curious to watch it now to see why it's so bad.
I think you should. I watch it over the course of like a day or something because it's a kind of long movie. So just maybe like an hour one day and then another hour another day. So you're not like completely nauseous. It's bad.
All right, I'll break it up into parts.
I wouldn't even recommend watching it. I just want to forget it exists.
Well, it makes you this angry. I have
some slow cat and grandma.
Remember the fucking... Oh my god. Remember when Rey walks into the Star Destroyer in the dark room and then evil Rey jumps out with like fangs and stuff.
Wait,
and then,
what?
And then they just ignore that forever. She just walks off. It's like that just existed for the fucking trailers.
Oh god, yeah, that was
it was only in the trailers, you're saying?
Yeah.
It was so fucking bad.
And hey, how about... Oh my god, I'm getting mad.
No, just go over it. Speak to us, Jackson. This is your only time to vent about this.
Yeah, tell me more so I don't have to watch it.
Remember when Chewbacca got on a transport and it flies up into the sky and then Kylo Ren and Rey have a little force battle and the ship explodes? And then it's meant to relay to the audience that Chewbacca just died, so the audience is all sad because their favorite character just died. But then, for some reason, another transport takes off from behind a rock, and it's revealed that Chewbacca was actually on that ship.
Yeah.
And he gets away.
Everything comes out of fucking nowhere. She also gets the ability to like heal people with the Force as well. She basically just gets everything out of nowhere all at once. And she uses it like dog shit.
Andrew just said in chat, Don't forget my ship dropping off horses on top of a Star Destroyer at the end. Yeah, because that makes sense. They needed to have a cool scene where people were on horses.
Oh, you remember at the end where Finn is like, well, they need to find like where the transmission is coming from, and Finn's like, it's that ship. I feel it, and it was that ship out of nowhere. He's like, yeah, it's that ship. I think.
I need to watch this. It sounds like a high school like film class film.
It's a fanfic. It's a fanfic.
Oh god.
Just the whole context of the movie is so stupid. I remember the fucking opening crawl or the first thing said. They're literally like, somehow Palpatine has returned.
Oh
that's,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the words they use.
Yeah.
Like, even they know how stupid it is.
There's no story to it.
Yeah. They literally opens by just saying, and Palpatine is mysteriously back.
Pretty sure they used the word somehow. Like
No,
they say somehow he
no.
returned.
It was more open ended than that. I think even the
What
5
was it? It was
was
so funny. Like I laughed. I'm gonna look it up.
It's pretty much everything that could go wrong with that movie went wrong in the biggest possible way.
It's somehow Palpatine returned, by the way.
It is somehow Palpatine returned?
Yeah, Poe Dameron says it at the start.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Now that's expert writing.
It is actually so good.
How did this happen? I don't know. It just did.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
They like hit the emergency button and they were like, after the last Jedi, they're like, who can we bring back that'll make fans like us again? Palpatine, quickly! He wants money. Get him back in here.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ugh.
That's terrible.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
There's not a
Everybody
single
keeps-
good moment in that movie.
Everybody keeps spamming "they fly now."
What's that? I don't remember that.
Apparently, it's a line.
Yeah, so when the stormtroopers get jetpacks and they're flying towards them out in the desert, someone makes the snarky comment and says, "They fly now." It's just full of bad.
So there's good humor in it too.
Yes.
Oh, you bet, baby. Oh man, should be a comedy.
I'm excited.
Oh, you know who wasn't in that movie at all is Rose. I feel like every single time they made a new movie in the trilogy, they tried to listen to fans' feedback, but couldn't figure out like how. So people didn't like what Rose did at the end. So in the last movie, she just wasn't there at all.
Yeah, she's relegated to like an extra in the background.
Yeah, she was quite literally like janitorial services.
Oh.
Yeah. And then they then introduced. They still introduced like 60 new characters for some reason, and didn't give any of them any character development. They were just there, like the girl Zori Bliss or whatever. Like again, I've never felt more offended. Everything felt like so soulless and so disingenuous, and this is the first time in a franchise that's built of this that I have ever felt like they just did this to sell merchandise. You know what I mean? Like, I know Star Wars, that's basically their whole modus operandi. Like, that's just what they do. But this is the first movie that I've actually felt like, why is this person here? Oh, right, to sell me a new Lego set later on. So
I think the highlight of the new trilogy is when Mark Hamill milks the titty monster. I think that's the only good moment.
That is wonderful.
That is a good moment. Other than that, it's
Also,
kind of shit.
the way people are talking, it sounds like Rose got the same treatment as Anakin.
Oh, the actress?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in The Last Jedi, people got so fucking mad at the actress, and people are too stupid to realize she didn't write that.
Right.
She's just the actress. Like, they're targeting the wrong people.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. Do you remember in the movie, Jackson, Finn, for like half of it's like, Ray, I want to tell you something, and then he never does?
Stop making me remember it.
Chat pointed that out. I actually forgot about that, too. Chat pointed it out.
I don't want to remember it.
Oh,
anymore.
do you remember how they found like the outer rim where Palpatine was hiding? What was it? It was like a ceremonial dagger that they had to take to like a tattoo artist or some shit to like hack it.
They had a dagger and they had to go to the one spot where they could line it up with like the horizon or some dumb shit. Oh my god. That's how they found like the Star Destroyer at the end.
Yeah. What the fuck was that though? What was the explanation for the dagger? Did they ever give one?
Palpatine sent out scouts or something and gave them those daggers.
But why would the daggers have a map to where he's hiding?
Yeah, that's very convenient.
So they could get back home. I don't know.
Okay, I guess.
Don't make me explain it. They could barely explain it themselves. What makes you think I could? Oh man, only Star Wars movie that I've ever seen one time, and it was still one time too many.
You actually didn't see that twice?
Nope, only saw it once.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you know me.
Easy tier
Even
one.
movies I'm like lukewarm
Rinhomi
on,
and
I
the
might
recent
go see a
Tesco.
second time, just to really savor it, especially with franchises I love. This one, nope, one time.
Do you think they're gonna try again with a big budget Star Wars movie, like in the mainline universe?
Jesus Christ, I hope not. I hope not for a long while. And if they do, they need to have a plan going in. They can't do this ever again. They can't just make it up on the spot. I think maybe I think the Mandalorian's the way forward. Do shit like the Mandalorian, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
But if they do, I'd like to see like Old Republic, trilogy with like Darth Revan, because he's like the coolest character in all of Star Wars history. But they need to do that like with a strong plan in place.
Well, they are known for strong plans, so I'm optimistic.
We should Rose a spin-off.
You know who they had lined up to do the next Star Wars trilogy? I don't know if it's still happening, but they had the guys from Game of Thrones.
Yes,
lined up to do it.
that's one of my favorite pieces. So they're D&D, right?
Yeah.
D&D, the people responsible for Game of Thrones and also responsible for how fucking atrocious season 8 was.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, they were contracted to do Star Wars, but they fucked it so hard.
I remember that.
They fucked it so hard with Game of Thrones season 8 that they canned it.
I don't know if they canned it.
They did. Nope, they canned it. That project that they were going to work on is no longer in production, last I heard.
Which is a great move.
And the reason, and I don't know if this is true, but apparently the reason why Game of Thrones season 7 and 8 were so bad is because they had that opportunity and wanted to get to it because they were only allowed to do it after Game of Thrones. So they rushed it really hard. I remember HBO offered D&D an extra season or two to finish the story, and they said they'll do it in one.
That's right. I do remember hearing all of this.
Of course HBO would. It's not in HBO's interest to finish it as soon as possible. They would have wanted more seasons anyway.
Yeah.
This is another fun fact, Charlie. Did you know D&D, the guys that we're talking about? At least one of them. I'm not sure which one, but one of them made Troy.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
So they're weaker when they're together.
Yeah, they're stronger separated.
We're figuring this out. They're the opposite of the Wonder Twins.
Someone fact check that for me.
Troy is a very good movie.
No, it's not. I rewatched it the other night.
No, it's a great fucking movie. Brad Pitt looks so cool, especially that Hector fight.
That was the only.
I like that your first positive point about them writing that movie is that Brad Pitt looks so cool.
Yeah.
They really did a great job working him out.
Yeah, they did a great job making Brad Pitt look cool.
But Achilles is so like there's no likable character apart from Hector, and Hector dies.
Yeah, true. Okay. He's not like a likable guy, but he's just kind of cool when they fight.
Yeah.
Makes me
It was
suspect
a screenplay by David Benioff. So that's one of the D&Ds. So he just wrote the screenplay, which was already based on like a historical document or story. So he didn't really do much.
I can't believe this fact, but I guess it is true. I think he was 40 years old in that movie.
Who?
Brad Pitt.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, because he's 57 right now, and that's like a 2004 movie.
He's 57?
He's 57.
Oh, he looks so good for 57.
I know. It's crazy.
I guess being really rich and just having training for your livelihood is good for you.
Yeah, I know. That's fucking crazy.
Who would have guessed?
There's also some genetics in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was blessed.
Yeah, by Achilles.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Why do all of our conversations turn into this?
Well, the last couple tier lists, we always talk about Troy.
Yes.
I thought it was relevant with that information.
Yeah.
Somebody said it's called plastic surgery. No. He would never.
No, he's immune to it. His skin just naturally gets all Botoxy like that.
His brother kind of looks like a. His brother looks like a. I don't know, a common version of him, like a less, like if he was a trading card, he'd be a less rare version.
Oh, you're right. He looks like the politics version of Brad Pitt.
Oh, Doug Pitt?
Doug Pitt. Even his name isn't as cool.
That's such a dumb name. He dug a pit.
Oh Oh, poor Doug.
I feel bad for Doug.
His brother got all. He's not a bad-looking man, but when your brother was blessed by the gods.
Yeah, what happened here?
Plus, he's probably like 60. He probably looked fine when he was
Yeah,
younger.
I wonder
That's
how
true.
old Doug is.
He's probably in his 80s and looks like that.
Born 1966, so he's 47, right? 47?
Oh, he's younger.
No, wait, I'm super wrong.
Wait, 86?
66. 50.
Brad Pitt's
50. Oh,
brother-
Jesus, it says right here. It does the math. Age 54.
Brad Pitt's brother talks mom's anti-gay letter.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right, we gotta add Brad Pitt's mom to the bad celebrities tier list.
Yeah, where would you go on the Star Wars tier list, I wonder?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a Jar Jar Corden, it sounds like.
Yeah, definitely Jar Jar Corden.
Fuck that guy. I mean, go, whatever. All right, let's wrap.
Yep, that was good. Good work, boys.
Good work, everybody. It was fun.
We weren't in disagreement on too many of these, I don't think.
Just Attack of the Clones, really.
And Rogue One.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, boys. Good work.
All right, talk to you guys later.
See you, boys.
Alrighty, see you guys.
All right, I'm going to take a break, work out, and then probably do some bad games tonight. So, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours from now, like 10 p.m. EST. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to the resub LL Cool J. And no, I didn't hear about that Fibble. I'll look into it, though. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Everyone who donated, big thank you. New subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot, so thanks for subbing. I appreciate the generosity. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your afternoon or early evening. And I'll see you in like 4 hours. See ya.